And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mount Pleasant High School here at Tiger Stadium in Mount Pleasant, Tennessee. My name is Mike Lyle. I'm joined here in the booth with Seth Campbell, and we are here for the Murray County Public Schools and the Front Porch Radio Sports Network Game of the Week between Mount Pleasant Tigers and the Spring Hill Raiders. Seth, big night tonight, a beautiful night for football. And you got both these teams just chomping at the bit, ready to go.
Yeah, we're underway here, week 2 of the high school football season, and we got a cross-county rival coming in here to Mount Pleasant in the Spring Hill Raiders, and it should be, Spring Hill 5A team, Mount Pleasant 2A. It should be a good fight tonight. It should be a good fight out there on the football field and a good test for the Mount Pleasant Tigers.
Yeah, the Spring Hill is coming off of a kind of a tough week last week against Summit. They gave Summit a big test, pushed Summit, but they weren't able to close the deal. Ended up losing the game 28-16. Mount Pleasant, on the other hand, with almost from the get-go, I think they had a hiccup on the kickoff, on the opening kickoff, but almost from the get-go. Was in control of the game against Wayne County. Ended up beating them 37-6, and so there was a big week for them. And again, you look at the classification differences. Spring Hill should be able to stay with them, but again, the record for Spring Hill has not been too positive in the last few years, and they've struggled quite a bit. Whereas Mount Pleasant has had some pretty good years coming in, feel pretty strong. They feel pretty confident going into this game. Yeah,
absolutely. Spring Hill, a little bit of a rough patch here in the last few seasons, but you still can't underestimate them. They're coming in here, and they want that win. I think they're improved over years past. They gave Summit quite the challenge last week and had a couple of dynamic plays and a kickoff return for a touchdown. So we have to watch out for that. And really, the Tigers have to be on their A game. They can't come in here thinking that Spring Hill is just going to roll over, because that's not going to happen. These cross-county matches, against each other, they bring quite a bit of animosity. The kids talk to each other, and they want to beat each other.
Well, they see each other in town. They cross paths in town at the restaurants and different movies and different stuff like that.
The Sonic.
So yeah, the Sonic, and you always want those bragging rights and stuff. Spring Hill's got a couple of key players to watch for them. Obviously, he's going to be their quarterback. I believe their quarterback's going to be Isaac Cordell, junior, to be number 10, and then Patrick Bunch, I've been told, is also somebody else, number 22, another senior. Or a senior is somebody else we would like to kind of keep in view, check, and I'm sure Mount Pleasant has kept them on their radar during practice this week. For the Mount Pleasant Tigers, again, a lot of athletes. Mount Pleasant has always been blessed with athletes. Seth, when I coached here about 15, 20 years ago, we were loaded with athletes now, and it's kind of strange coming back here, and I'm watching a lot of the sons of the kids I coached.
Well, you're showing your age, Coach Michael.
I know.
You're showing your age.
So, of course, offensively, the Tigers are led by John Michael Wright, number 7. He's a senior. First year as a quarterback coming in for Nick Brown last year, who had a great year last year. Is doing a good job with leading the team. Joined in the backfield with him is number 20, Jakari McClure, senior. From what I gather, had a big week last week.
Oh, there was again, plenty of yardage over the air.
And I say what I gather. I was gone last week on some family business, and I do want to say a big thank you to Chris Yao for stepping in at the last minute for me and carrying the play-by-play load last week. From all accounts I'm hearing, did a fantastic job. So I want to thank him for that. Also, his Jakari's brother, Jaden McClure, is somebody we want to make sure we keep an eye on, especially out wide. Defensively, Evan Plunkett at linebacker is somebody that is going to be a big force for the Tigers. And then in the middle of the line, Big Connor Scherer, senior, 410 pounds. He takes up a lot of space in that line. But surprisingly, as big as he is, you know, when coaches look at somebody his size, they typically think, okay, he plugs holes and, you know, he's hard to move, but he's not going to be able to move. Connor can move.
Yeah,
he gets up and down that line really well.
And we saw it last week. He was able to track down some plays from behind. I mean, he just has quick feet. Impressive, thoroughly impressive. And I'm not sure the size of Spring Hill's line. I was checking them out earlier. They're not the biggest line you've ever seen. I think they're going to struggle with some of the beef that Mount Pleasant has in the middle of that defensive line, but we will see that. We got the captains here on the field now, and the captains, we got number 7, John Michael Wright, number 6, Avery Johnson, number 20, Jakari McClure, and number 29, Evan Plunkett. Those are your captains for the Mount Pleasant Tigers tonight.
For Spring Hill, number 5 is Jackson Westheld. Number 22, I believe,
yes, sir,
is, again, Patrick Bunch. And number 15 is Clay Robinson, will be the captains for Spring Hill. And we're waiting here for the captains to meet at the center of the field. I'm not real sure what the delay is right now. We're just kind of standing here waiting to see.
About 3 minutes, the clock says, until kickoff. Yeah, 3 minutes until we get this party started here on Mount Pleasant on a beautiful Friday night. Little overcast, but good football weather.
Okay. That's okay. I had forgotten all about this. It's the traditional entrance for the Mount Pleasant Tigers. When they step through, they come up the ramp and they walk across in front of the stands. Again, been a little while, and I didn't remember seeing that last week.
And if you're streaming with us this evening, you can pick it up on the stream. I got the camera focused in on it as the captains meet at midfield.
It's one of those neat little small town football traditions that makes Friday night special here in Mount Pleasant. So the captains are now meeting at the center of the field, and we will see how the coin toss goes here shortly.
Hey, and Mike, we're also on 101.7 as the game of the week tonight.
Yes, we are the game of the week, and welcome our listening audience on WKOM 101.7. And we're glad to have you with us tonight, as well as our live stream audience. You can catch us on our live stream at Kennedy Broadcasting on X, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, about any platform that you can pull up live streaming. And if you also want to go to the station's website at frontporchradiotn.com, then click on the video tab and you can scroll down to pick us up, as well as the Spring Hill broadcast and the Columbia Central broadcast. Did you see who he pointed to?
I did not.
They deferred. Whoever won the toss there, while I was talking about that, deferred, and which is a standard strategy anymore with that option. So we will have Spring Hill going from our left to right, and they will receive the ball first. So evidently Mount Pleasant won the toss and deferred. Mount Pleasant will be kicking from right to left. Mount Pleasant in their all red uniforms, white helmets, white numbers. Spring Hill, maroon pants, white jerseys, maroon numbers trimmed in black with maroon helmets. And we are going to get ready to start here. Let's take a quick break for about 30 seconds, and we'll be ready to kick off here shortly.
This is Hal Landers, owner of Landers Insurance Agency. We are an independent agency representing the famous Erie Insurance Group. This is Hal Landers, owner of Landers Insurance Agency. We are an independent agency representing the famous Erie Insurance Group. Landers Insurance Agency has been committed to providing great rates and great service since 2002. Whether it's home and auto or business or life insurance, we've got you covered. 24/7 in-house claim service, we've got that too. Visit Landers Insurance at 514 North Garden Street, Columbia. Call us at 931-380-2003. Our website is landersinsuranceagency.com, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
And welcome back here to Mount Pleasant High School. We are just about to get started here on the game of the week here on WKOM 101.7. Looks like they're having some issues finding the tee. Got that straightened out.
Been there a time or two?
Yes. always those little hiccups at the beginning of the game.
That's a coaching kind of like 101, if you will, that sometimes the tee is hard to find.
They everybody's kind of amped up. Everybody's kind of nervous waiting for that first hit.
Who's got the tee?
So, yeah, and all of a sudden, who's got it? Who's got it?
It's good to have you back, Coach Mike.
Glad to be back in the saddle.
Spring Hill brought out a good crowd tonight, too. We should say that. We got
Brandon Case will be doing the kicking for Mount Pleasant. And we are ready to get underway. Brandon approaches it. And a little pooch kick over to the right side. A fair catch goes through the Spring Hill receiver's hands. And we got a shot, a big pile up at about the 22-yard line. Looks like Spring Hill was able to get on it. They tried a fair catch, and then the receiver reached up over his head instead of trying to catch it like the breadbasket, and he fumbled it. Almost got the big turnover right there at the beginning. So Spring Hill takes over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line. Ball's on the left hash. Got a bunch receivers to the left, wide receiver to the right. Number 5, Jackson Westfield, is out wide right. Fake, bootleg out to the right, throws out in the flat, has a receiver in the flat, couple of tacklers there. Number 22 for Mount Pleasant, Carter Dunn makes the play.
I think it was 22 for Spring Hill Raiders catching the ball, too. Patrick Bunch making his presence known early. He found a lot of space there in the middle of the defense.
Okay, trying to take advantage of Mount Pleasant, really trying to come hard at him, doing the bootleg off of the run fake. 2 receivers right, 1 receiver left, two backs on either side of the quarterback. Straight drop back, sets, looks for a quick out route, hook and ladder play, and he gets outside the corner and is knocked out of bounds by number 1, Jaden McClure. At the old-fashioned hook and ladder. If you'll take a look at that again, that's just a button hook out. Quarterback takes a quick step, throws a quick out there to the quarter, and everybody's coming in on it. He pitches it out, and they try to outrun him to the side. Fortunately, we were fast enough to stop the play.
Good little pickup by Spring Hill there, though. That's an interesting play call.
Okay, 1st and 10 at the 49. Jet motion, fakes the handoff, counter to the left. Gets around the corner and gets good yardage up to the 30, about the 29-yard line of Mount Pleasant. Isaac Cordell there fakes the sweep to the right and takes it on a counter to the left and gets outside the outside linebacker, outside the containment. With 11:19 left in the first quarter, Spring Hill is on the move.
They're finding a lot of space in this Mount Pleasant defense right now.
Handoff to the right. A lot of penetration right there that gums him up, stops him at the line of scrimmage. Scrum gets a push. Spring Hill gets a big push off of the scrum right there. Mount Pleasant does a great job stepping up and disrupting the play quickly. And has a host of Tigers there to stop the play. Number 1, Jaden McClure penetrated and stopped the play. So now you have 2nd and 8. Handoff to the sweep to the right, or excuse me, to the left, sweep to the left, and no running room there. Evan Plunkett does a great job of disrupting the play and then trying to get the number of the tackler. Number 22, I believe, Carter Dunn finished up the play. Brings up 3rd and 8 at the Mount Pleasant 28-yard line. 10 minutes and 24 seconds left.
We got a big
here in
third
the
down
first
here.
quarter.
Big third down. Let's see if we can stop them home to a field goal attempt.
Straight drop back, and it's a swing pass to the right, and he gets outside containment right there. Is hit at the line of scrimmage, is just beyond the line of scrimmage, and pursuit gets to him. Have 2 or 3, number 51. Derek Ridenauer runs him out of bounds. Now it's 4th and 1. Spring Hill's not even hesitating. They're going for it here. 2 receivers right. Big play early in the game. 3 receivers left. Quarterback sneak. Gets stacked up.
I don't think he got it.
It's going to be a close one. It's going to be close.
There wasn't much room there, Coach Mike.
Wasn't much room at all. And we'll take a look and see what the referees say there.
Yeah, they're giving it to him.
They're going to give it to him. We'll take a quick look on that ourselves.
Oh, shoot.
Nope. Don't guess we will.
I got it.
Coming back.
We got it right.
And he gets it on the second effort right there.
Yeah.
So now 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. Spring Hill's on the move here in the first quarter. Drop back, has time to throw, throws the ball to the 6-yard line on an out route. Carter Dunn pushes him out of bounds. Pass is caught by number 5, Jackson Westheld for the Raiders. Good pass there by Cordell Isaac right there. Stands tough in the pocket, throws a strike. So now it's 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. 2 receivers on both sides. They shift over to the right, overload to the right. And a sweep to the right. Penetration quickly right there. Stopped in the backfield. Number 31. I believe that's number 31 for Mount Pleasant. I don't have a 31 on the roster.
Take another
51.
quick look at it real quick.
Take another quick. Yeah, Derek Ridenauer right there makes a big play deep in the backfield right there. Hits him, gets him before he gets started. Now 2nd and goal at the 8 with 9 minutes left here in the first quarter.
Lost a couple yards on that
2
play.
receivers, 2 running backs on either side of Isaac. And we have offsides. Mount Pleasant line getting a little anxious there. Spring Hill gives the hard count and gets basically kind of gets the yardage back that they lost. So now it brings up 2nd and goal at the 4.5-yard line. Same set, 2 receivers right, one receiver really wide left, 2 running backs, and a sweep to the right, and Jaden McClure makes a huge play. Makes a huge play in the backfield for a big loss right there. Read that sweep very quickly, outran the blocker. Now it brings up 3rd and goal at the 8. About a 4-yard loss, about a 3 or 4 yard loss right there. Huge play, 3rd and goal at the 8. Mount Pleasant stiffening up now here with their backs to the goal line. Late substitution for Spring Hill. Off tackle to the left, and he finds a gap. Is able to slice and dice his way up to about the 4-yard line, where it will be 4th and goal for Spring Hill. And decision time, of course, depending on their kicking game, it may not be much of a decision.
Yeah. I mean, he found a little space there to make this a questionable call. We'll see. It looks like they're going to go for it, Coach.
They're going to go for it. They may not have as strong kickers they would like to have.
He was hitting some good ones in pregame.
So now 4th and goal at the 4-yard line. Big play right here from Mount Pleasant defense. Coming in motion. They try to reverse, roll out to the right, and he gets the pass, and it's a touchdown for Spring Hill in the corner on a simple out route to number 5, Jackson Westheld. Coach, Seth, let's take another look at that real quick.
Yeah, he rolled out to his right there, and he just kind of bled the play out until the man came open, Coach. Right. And he came open right there, boom, touchdown. That was a beautiful play, really. You got to give him credit for that.
The Mount Pleasant defender overplayed him to the inside, and the extra point is up, and it's good. And with 7:24 left in the first quarter, Spring Hill takes the lead over Mount Pleasant 7-0. We'll be right back after this. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network on WKOM 101.7.
I'm Justin George.
I'm Corey Muehlbauer.
Together, we are Columbia Motor Company.
Columbia Motor Company offers quality pre-owned vehicles at an affordable price, along with many financing options to keep you in your budget.
We are veteran and locally owned. We are located just off of Carmack Boulevard in downtown Columbia. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram, or visit our website at columbiamotorcompany.com.
If you want a different and enjoyable car buying experience, please give us the opportunity here at Columbia Motor Company.
And we're back here at Mount Pleasant. Seth, a impressive drive by Spring Hill, going roughly, let's see, 78 yards in this drive, scoring on 4th down.
It was a really impressive drive, Coach. I mean, they were able to go down the length of the field and with some pretty big pass plays. And, I mean, if Mount Pleasant was underestimating Spring Hill, they sure shouldn't be any longer.
Pooch kick to the 20-yard line. Picked up by Mount Pleasant, 20-yard line. Finds a gap in the gap, and he's off and running. Got one man to beat, and he doesn't. He's able to, he pushed out of bounds right there. Jakari McClure jumped up in the gap and gets a big return. Gets a big return for Mount Pleasant and pushes them up to the 41-yard line of Spring Hill. Super answer right there and puts Mount Pleasant in a great position. You see where he got up in the gap, had a couple of good blocks right there, and had one man to beat. He was able to push him out of bounds.
Hey, he had a good pivot to find the hole there, a real good pivot, and just found it and went with it.
So here at the 41-yard line, we have two receivers to the right, a tight slot to the left, McClure to the left of right, shift over to the right, and McClure on a sweep to the right, stops, plants, turns straight up the field, and gets a good gain on 1st down for about 7-8 yards on that. Great start to that. Just a real simple off-tackle sweep, and he plants his foot up and turns it into an off-tackle power. So now you have 2nd and 4 at the 34.5-yard line in the middle of the field. Got McClure to the right, tight slot left, slot right, right up the middle, handoff right up the middle. McClure stops, turns it sideways and tries to outrun the sideline and can't do it. He's brought down at the line of scrimmage by number 22, Patrick Bunch.
Not much there. He tried to find the outside, Coach, and he just couldn't do it.
Tried to outrun him to the side. Most of the time, if you're running up the middle, you're just going to have to turn it, get up there. He actually lost a few yards, or a couple of yards. So now we've got 3rd and about 4 at the 35-yard line here with 6:06 left in the 1st quarter. Got trips to the right. McClure to the right, and a quick screen. And he dodges the first tackler, and now there's nobody left. And he goes up the sideline, 5, and he pushes in and is pushed out of bounds at the 3-yard line.
Ooh, he made that one-man miss, and it was off to the races.
Got a great block by his wide receiver over here. A quick screen to Jakari McClure, and he gets up the sideline for a huge gain. Puts 1st and goal at the 3-yard line for Mount Pleasant. Great answer to the Spring Hill drive. 5:48 here in the 1st quarter.
He was able to make that first man miss, and he was off to the races. It looks like he might have ran out of a little gas there at the end.
Got a bunch to the right, and they try to McClure to the left, and McClure off to the right and doesn't get anywhere. In fact, he probably loses a couple of yards right there. Spring Hill did a great job penetrating the line of scrimmage right there and disrupting the play. So now we have 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line. Lost two yards on that play. Tight slot to the left.
Looks like J.P. Easterling is in at quarterback, Coach Mike.
Okay, Easterling at quarterback, and got some movement somewhere. Got offsides on Spring Hill, evidently lined up offsides.
We'll take it.
And So that will push it half the distance to the goal, which will put it about the 3.5-yard line, but it's now 2nd and goal from the 3.5-yard line.
Trying a little change of pace here, putting in the sophomore J.P. Easterling in at quarterback, seeing if he can punch it in the end zone. We'll see if it pays off.
Mount Pleasant, probably Mount Pleasant's version. We'd say a Wildcat, but it's really not their Wildcat. McClure in the pistol formation behind him. Snap, hands it straight up the middle. No, it's a fake.
In there.
Faked me out there. Fakes it, goes off the left side for a touchdown, walks into the end zone. We take another look at that play, really nicely set up. Everybody's anticipating, including me.
You know it's a good fake if it fakes Coach Mike out.
Fakes a power up in there, and there's nobody left to stop him on the off-tackle play for the quarterback right there for a touchdown. And so now with 4:38, Mount Pleasant awaiting the extra point here. Kick is up, and looks like it slides in the right upright. So now with 4:38 left in the first quarter, it is Mount Pleasant 7, Spring Hill 7. We'll be right back after these messages. You're listening to football, Mount Pleasant football on the Front Porch Sports Network.
Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Delicious food and amazing service at an affordable price. Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Located off of Nashville Highway in Neapolis, near Spring Hill High School.
All right, and we're back. Had a little hiccup there, technical-wise, but we're right back here. Mount Pleasant. Braden Case is getting ready to kick off the ball from Mount Pleasant. And a squib kick to the left side, and it's going to roll out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Really not that bad of a situation. That Spring Hill will get their choice of the ball at the 35, the 33, or they'll make them back up and kick it again. Most coaches just take it at the 35 and just keep on going with it. Probably would have liked a little bit more steam on the kick and see if it could have taken a funny hop. Okay, so they are marking off the penalty from where the ball went out of bounds. Okay, that's the first time I've seen it enforced like that. So here's 1st and 10, Spring Hill at their own 43-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, a wing to the left, his pistol, and a hand off to the left side, up the middle, and he's met at the line of scrimmage by number 29, Evan Plunkett. So now you have 2nd and 8. Tight trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Mount Pleasant showing, and Big Connor gets a little antsy. Spring Hill went on the hard count, and they got him. Got to pay attention to the ball, and coaches will be on him about that. He's sitting there, right on top of the ball. He's supposed to watch that ball and not listen to the quarterback. But that's really hard to do when you're amped up, ready to go. All right, Isaac brings him up to the line. And hand off to the right side, and nothing doing. Number 11, Knox Brooks, disrupts the play, and it's finished up. The tackle is finished up by number 57, Micah Hodison for Mount Pleasant. Gets a short gain. Now it's 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1 at the Spring Hill 47-yard line. Really, Mount Pleasant would love to have a 3 and out right here if they could get it. Evidently have a timeout. I don't know if there's a clock issue. Referee's timeout here.
Looks like a play clock issue, Coach Mike.
There's something about the play clock. And they'll probably have to keep it. Yeah, they're going to say now that the back judge will be keeping the play clock until they can get the clock. Right now they've turned the play clock off, so they're going to go to the old-fashioned way where the back judge keeps the time.
And let us note that this technical difficulty is not on us.
It is not ours this time.
No. 3rd and 2. Big third down, Coach.
Okay, huge third down play. Motion to the left. Gets outside. Handoff to the left side and pushes in and may have it on second effort right there.
Looks like they're going to give it to him.
Lionel Brooks got the carry right there and got the first down. Was met initially there by Connor Scherer, but then he was able to slide off and able to make the play for the first down. So you have 1st and 10 for Spring Hill at their own 49-yard line in the middle of the field. 2 minutes, 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Score is tied 7-7. Spring Hill's on the move in their second possession.
Good little piece of running there to pick up that first down. It wasn't initially there.
Slot to the right, comes in motion to the left. And there's a collision in the backfield, and there's all kinds of traffic. Gets to the line of scrimmage somehow, where number 57, Micah Hodison, makes the play, but a huge collision in the backfield. Got both backs going opposite directions right there. Supposed to be a counter. Looks like it's supposed to be a counter play, and one back is supposed to go behind the other. Had a big chance, and we let him get away. Now it's 2nd and 9 at the 50-yard line. Again, motion to the left and a sweep to the left. And contain is right there. Number 4, J.P. Easterling, turns that play back into pursuit really, really well right there. And it brings up 3rd and long, 3rd and 7 at the Mount Pleasant 48-yard line. Ball's on the left hash. Got trips to the right. Pistol formation.
Carter Dunn's really showing up on the defensive side of the ball today. He's flying all around.
And looks like they're going to try to change the play at the line of scrimmage.
Watch the blitz.
And we're showing blitz off the edge here. We're coming. And they get it. They get to him. That's number 57. Micah Hodison on the blitz. Gets to the quarterback and gets the sack on Isaac. Huge, huge play right there. We see him inching up right there, showing the blitz, kind of inching back. And then he comes in, and they take the blitzer and leave Hodison open for the sack. So now it brings up 4th and 12. Spring Hill's going to punt from their own 47-yard line. Low snap, gets the low line drive kick, and it is fair caught right there at the 20-yard line.
It's always good, Mike, to see senior
J.P. Easterling.
To see senior Micah Hodison making plays. 4-year football player here at Mount Pleasant. So when he shows up, makes a play, we're awfully proud to see Micah make that play.
Huge, huge play right there for the Mount Pleasant defense. We have 30 seconds left here in the first quarter. Mount Pleasant now has the ball at their own 20-yard, own 18.5-yard line, 1st and 10.
See who's in at quarterback this go around, if they put J.P. Easterling back in or if John Michael takes it back.
Looks like Wright's back in at quarterback now. We got trips to the left, McClure to the left, and a hard count by Mount Pleasant themselves. And it works. Get number 9, Gage McQuirk, to jump off sides. So now it's 1st and 5. Kind of gives Mount Pleasant a dose of their own medicine right there.
We've seen that several times tonight from both teams.
Well, you know, when you have a defense that's amped up and ready to try to make a big play, that's one way of slowing them down.
I think you're going to have some defensive coordinators encourage their guys to hold their water.
All right, so 1st and 5. at the Mount Pleasant 23-yard line with 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Score tied 7-7. Trips to the left. Handoff up the middle to McClure. And he breaks to the left and makes a good play out of really nothing. Got stopped at the line of scrimmage, slid off to his left, and pushed it upfield for a first down at about the 31-yard line for Mount Pleasant.
He's been making those plays all year.
I think Mount Pleasant they may try to get this play off in before the clock is running down. About 3, 2, 1, and that is the end of the first quarter with the score Mount Pleasant 7, Spring Hill 7. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network. We'll be right back after these messages.
Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Delicious food and amazing service at an affordable price. Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Located off of Nashville Highway in Neapolis, near Spring Hill High School. 2504 Care Lane. Authentic Mexican cuisine. Full menu. Family dine-in. Takeout. Delivery. Offering the best cocktails in the area. On the rocks or frozen, pair your meal with our famous margarita. Don't forget, Mezcal Cochina Mexicana for your next meal. Check us out on Facebook. Visit Mezcal Cochina Mexicana today. Proud supporters of the Front Porch Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Chris Chumley, owner of Expert Landscaping, LLC. Located in beautiful Columbia, Tennessee, Expert Landscaping specializes in consulting and design for all your outdoor needs, as well as installations for landscaping, pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, irrigation, and lighting. Call us today at 931-374-1772. Expert Landscaping, where quality work is an investment in the future.
And welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School, Tiger Stadium here in Mount Pleasant, Tennessee, for the game of the WKOM and Maury County Public Schools game of the week between Spring Hill and Mount Pleasant. Just beginning the second quarter, scores tied 7-7. Mount Pleasant had a defensive stand, and now they're on their second possession here, starting at about their own 31-yard line. Handoff to McClure right up the middle, and a pretty good gain. It gets about 4 yards straight up the gut against this Mount Pleasant defense. Brings up second and about 6. Right at the, looks like it's right at the 35-yard line for Mount Pleasant. Wright gets the call from Coach Hartsfield. Got a slot to the left, wing to the right, and they shift the strength over. Spring Hill reacts by coming up, and they try to force the sweep. Tried to outnumber them. Spring Hill adjusted quite well to that. McClure tries to take it off the right side, and Josu Martinez, Spring Hill, makes the tackle.
They ran right into the teeth of the defense there, hoping to.
Well, they were trying to outflank them to the right, and Spring Hill did a pretty good job of adjusting their numbers, and they didn't get outflanked that time. So now you've got third and about 5 at the 31-yard line.
We've seen a lot more running, it seems, this game than previous week, Mike.
Okay, again, slot to the right, wide single receiver wide left, and a play action pass. I mean, almost a pickoff. Tried to do a little hitch pass out here to J.P. Easterling, and that was almost a disaster. Spring Hill read it really, really quickly.
Yeah, they had it diagnosed right away, and they just made a play on the ball right there. There was nothing there for them.
Didn't fool anybody right there. Really averted, actually, disaster right there. So Mount Pleasant will line up for a punt. So both teams in their second possession, the defense makes adjustments. All of a sudden, Mount Pleasant runs up and does it's a shift punt into a fake punt set, and
they might have picked up the first down right there.
And Spring Hill bit on it, and with the penalty, it's going to be close. Referee's taking a good hard look at it. And I think he's going to ask they're going to get a measurement right here, but it was really a smooth play. It was really a smooth idea right there. They line up in the punt formation, and then on the snap count, they just all shift into a really two tight end with a bunched up backfield. Spring Hill sees the movement and jumps across the line.
Nifty play there. Nifty play on special teams to try to pick it up. And we're going to try to zoom in right here and get to the best camera angle we can. Number 15 there is kind of in the way, but we'll try our best. Come on, 15, move for us, man. A little short.
And they're going to come up about 6 inches short. So now it's going to be 4th and inches. Decision time. Do you trust your line to get 6 inches against this defense? You know they're probably going to be in some kind of goal line type set.
I'm a little bit of a homer, but I think you just push the thing right in the middle. You ride the line.
As an old football coach, you can't get 6 inches. Your line, you and your line, going to have to do some work. There's quarterback sneak, and they easily get the push, get 2 yards on that.
We had some offensive linemen pushing their defense back 10, 15 yards on that play.
So we have 1st and 10, Mount Pleasant at their own 43-yard line with 10 minutes and 22 seconds left. Score still tied, but Mount Pleasant just getting a drive going here, getting 2 first downs so far.
Picking up a little bit of a break on a good play, special teams play, yeah. Special teams trick.
Okay, motion to the left and handoff back up behind it to up the middle. Looks like we have a flag. Yeah, I saw a flag coming in, usually from the position, from the area for holding, which is not going to be good. And that's exactly what it is, holding against Mount Pleasant. And that's going to move it back 10 yards, makes it 1st and 20.
Hate starting in a hole here.
Those are classically called drive killers.
Yeah. And you just got a big break, pushed them off the line, and now you're starting 1st and 20. You hate it. You hate it. Let's see if they can pick it up.
33-yard line, 1st and 20. 2 receivers wide out, and they get a jump. Didn't get him to get across the line.
Close.
Try to get some of that back. So you got McClure to right. He shifts over to his left and slightly off his hip.
That's Plunkett.
Plunkett, okay. And a handoff straight up the middle, just trying to get some power, get some of that yardage back. Get it close. Get about 3, maybe 4 yards on the play. So now you have 2nd and 16 from the Mount Pleasant 31.5-yard line. 9 minutes and 12 seconds left here in the first half.
It sure seems like Mount Pleasant's working for every yard they get right now.
Not getting the big break, the big play yet. They're hoping for that big play. Keep pounding, and see what happens.
Spring one, yes, sir.
Pistol formation, motion to the right, and again, up into the middle, and he hesitates at the line of scrimmage, met at the line of scrimmage with a host of Raiders, led by number 7, Josu Martinez. I hope I'm saying that right. Josu Martinez.
Josue.
Josue.
I believe. Now I'm not teaching Spanish anytime soon, but I believe Josue Martinez.
But Mr. Martinez made the play right there. Brings up 3rd and 16. We'll see if he wants to try to push it in the air, or if he's going to stay conservative here and try to gain it on the ground and then punt. In this situation, a punt's not always a bad play.
No, it's hard to pick up 16 yards in one chunk. Definitely the way this game's going so far.
2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. McClure to the left, and jet sweep up inside, and moves the line up to about the 45-yard line. So now it'll be 4th and 9. Pretty good gain, but not quite enough to get the yard line that they needed, the yard to gains that they needed. So now it's 4th and 9, and that's not close enough for one of those trick plays.
No.
to work this time, so probably going to see the punt.
Yeah, try to pin Spring Hill back, flip the field on him.
Number 14, Will Bailey, goes back for Mount Pleasant. Bad snap, but he recovers. Case gets the kickoff. Pretty good kick. And he fumbled, and it's picked. It's almost picked up by Mount Pleasant, as can't quite get control of it. And it's recovered by number 21 for Nathan Highland for Spring Hill. See the punt, and he muffs it. We have a clean shot at it and just can't quite corral it.
J.P. Easterly had it in his hands, and he just couldn't finish it on that one.
And Nathan Highland does, in a hustling play there for Spring Hill, makes a play. So now it's 1st and 10 for Spring Hill, but all the way back at their looks like the 13-yard line.
We'll take it. Pin them deep.
2 receivers to the left, shift over to make trips to the left. Pistol.
Low snap.
And a low snap, and it's big Connor Scher just swallows number 8, Lionel Brooks for Spring Hill. Tried to run a play up the middle, and Scher just annihilates the play.
Yeah, that low snap kind of throws off the timing with that kind of play, and then Connor was right there anyway. I don't think that was going far.
Brings up 2nd and 11 with 6:50 to go in the half. Spring Hill pinned back deep, and jet sweep, and Mount Pleasant diagnoses that really, really fast.
Micah Hodison.
Micah Hodison making the play, initial play, and then getting helped by a host of Tigers, and a big, big loss. And the Mount Pleasant defense is making some big things happen here. It is now 3rd and 15. 3rd and 15 for Spring Hill.
They're going in the wrong direction.
Well, depends on who you're talking to.
They're going right in the wrong direction, to quote another Vern Gosden song.
Takes the snap, looks for a slant, it's not there. Swing out to the right, and the ball's fumbled. Are they going to call it a reception? If it's a reception, it's a fumble and a touchdown, but they call it an incomplete pass. They call that an incomplete pass, a little swing pass. They look for a slant. The slant was cut off.
We can see if we caught it, Mike. Let's see. Yeah, we didn't quite catch it.
Came in too late. So now it's 4th and 15 at the 8-yard line, and Mount Pleasant looks like they're lining up for a block.
You got 2 back here around the 35 ready to receive it, it looks like. Let's see.
Low snap, bounces, but he gets a low line drive kickoff. Looks like he's going to have room to recover, or excuse me, return it, and gets up. Doesn't quite get the block he needs right there. Oh, a little bit of extracurricular there. Jalen Smith makes the return. Referees don't say that there's much there. Not enough there to worry about.
All things included.
So now,
on the
great field position, great defensive stand here by the Mount Pleasant Tigers, and they get the ball 1st and 10 at the Spring Hill 30-yard line.
All things included on that low snap and the punt. He got a pretty good punt off. Good field, not a whole lot there on the return, but it was a pretty good punt.
So now Mount Pleasant set up in fantastic field position. 1st and 10 at the Spring Hill 30-yard line with 5 minutes and 51 seconds left in the half.
Got to capitalize here.
Pistol formation. Bring motion to the right. And straight up the middle, power play, and a good gap right there for a little bit. Slides a little bit to his left. It was McClure on the carry. Gets about 4 yards on the carry. Brings up 2nd down and 6 at the 26-yard line of Spring Hill. Just a basic power play. A lot of window dressing with the motion and the spread formation, but they just backed off the ears and put a hat on a hat, started pushing people back.
They seem pretty content just to take it right in the middle of that Spring Hill defense and see if they can pop one.
Part of this is trying to wear down the defense and hopefully get some big plays in the second half. All right, got a tight wing motion left. Fake the handoff to McClure, and a late hit by number 15, Clay Robinson. Looks like it may be helmet to helmet, and we got a Spring Hill. Let's take a quick look at that if we can. He fakes it into McClure, and he's thrown, and plenty of time to pull up. Really kind of a break for Mount Pleasant because the pass was not really all that good. But we have a player injured for Spring Hill, so we will take a break right here. You are listening to the Front Porch Sports Network on WKOM 101.7, Murray County Public Schools Game of the Week.
He shoots, and he scores!
And we're back. Still haven't been able to quite get enough. Oh, it's looks like it may be number 8 for Spring Hill. Really gingerly on that right leg. It was away from the play, so I really didn't get to see what happened to time up or on the injury. Did you see anything?
No, I didn't see it. It looked like they were stretching it at first, but I just hate to speculate. But he's having a hard time there.
Lionel Brooks can't put any weight on it, so they're going to give them a chance to get off the field.
The young man has made some plays tonight for the Spring Hill Raiders, too.
On the penalty, moves the ball half the distance to the goal and gives Mount Pleasant a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Ball's on the right hash. Got 5:02 left in the half. And the score is still tied 7-7. Spring Hill is making it tougher than a lot of people thought they might.
The defense has been stingy so far. Haven't given up a lot.
Tight slot to the right, and they shift to the tight slot to the left, and they're going to try to outflank him. Run straight up the middle, and there's really not much there for McClure. Gets stacked up there at the play. Still gets a little bit of a push before they call the forward progress down. And it looks like we have a flag. I didn't see the flag fly there, but evidently
me either.
There's one. Illegal shift. Evidently they did not get set on the play, so that moves Mount Pleasant back 5 yards to the 13-yard line. Makes it 1st and 15. They can get a first down at about the 3-yard line. Now we got trips to the left. Got McClure to the left. And it's a quick pitch out to the left. McClure tries to get outside, gets a good block, and he tries to get to the edge and gets the 5 yards back that they lost on the penalty. Was able to get out on the edge a little bit, and now it's 2nd and 10 at about the 14-yard line for Mount Pleasant.
Good little chunk pick up there, a little something to start with.
Got the play back. What it washes out to basically an incomplete pass now with the penalty.
See if we can poke this thing in the end zone here in 2nd down.
Really need to here in the late minutes of the first half. Really need to get a score up here, especially with the fact that they'll get the ball in the second half. And there's a mix-up in the backfield, and Mount Pleasant will call a timeout to avoid the delay of game. So with 3 minutes and 52 seconds left, Mount Pleasant 7, Spring Hill 7. We'll be right back after these messages.
Our timeout is brought to you Hello, I'm Rick Whitley.
And I'm Daniel Pollard from Jones & Lang Sporting Goods. We would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for the many years of support. Since 1966, Jones & Lang has been locally owned and operated and supplying teams from T-ball to college. Stop by and see what we can do for you. We offer a wide variety of services from silk screening and embroidery to our custom trophy and awards department.
We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to noon. Remember, Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Do you want to be a bad man? Yes, you do. Do you want to taste sweet salvation underneath the summer moon? Do you need another hand now? Yes, you do. Go see Miss Josie down on Columbus Avenue.
And they ended that timeout just a little bit quick there. Handoff from McClure right up the middle. And he bounces out to the right. Got a lane out to the right. Got a blocker and a touchdown for Jakari McClure from Mount Pleasant. An 13-yard run. And a touchdown, which puts Mount Pleasant up with 3:45 left in the first half.
He bounced that thing out a couple of times, Mike, and he finally found some room. Great blocking on the wide receiver there. I can't tell who that was. Yeah, it looked like it was John.
Let that replay run one more time. Let's take a good look at it. Runs up the middle, sees there's nothing there, bounces out to the right, breaks the tackle. And the wide receiver right there does a super job right there.
I think it was Avery Johnson.
And it's a fake. Oh, we have a bad snap on the extra point, and he tries to make a run. Looks like we had a bad snap on the extra point right there, and that makes the extra point no good. So with 3:45 left in the half, it is Mount Pleasant 13, Spring Hill 7. We'll be right back after these messages. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Robert Rogers at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
And I'm Michael Parks Lawrence at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
Together, we're Mr. Bobby Parks' grandsons, and we run his dealership, and we are glad to be part of our local community.
Being family owned and operated, we invest heavily in our community.
We do things like sports teams, schools, bands, you name it. We try to help everybody we can.
The reason why we do this is because we all love this community.
So come do business with us, your neighbors, at Parks Motor Sales in Columbia, Tennessee, right off Nashville Highway, or at parksmotorsales.com.
And we're back here at Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant has just taken the lead with 3 minutes and 45 seconds, 13-7, on a nifty run by Jakari McClure. 13 yards, took it up the middle, realized there was nothing there, bounced it out to the right side a couple of times. Did you ever get the number on that wide receiver, Seth?
I think it was number 6, Avery Johnson.
Avery Johnson. Kick goes to the 18-yard line. Number 42 gets the kick and brings it back to about the 28-yard line where he's met by number 23, Braden Parrish.
Avery Johnson again on the tackle right there.
Avery Johnson also involved in the tackle. So now you have Mount Pleasant starting at their own 30-yard line, 1st and 10. They're going to try to answer the Mount Pleasant drive there for the touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, their offense hasn't had, after that first drive, they've kind of struggled too. Let's see if they can find some rhythm before half. I know they would like to take the lead or match it here.
Cordell brings them out, 3 receivers to the left, to the right, brings in motion, reverses back out, and it's a sweep to the left, and it is met at the line of scrimmage by number 51, Derek Ridenauer. Keeps the play to a 2-yard gain. Now it's 2nd and 8 with the clock running. 3 minutes and 15 seconds left.
Derek, another one of our Mount Pleasant seniors out here playing tonight that we're proud of.
Trips to the right, wide receiver to the left. Mount Pleasant edges up on the edges. Little quarterback sweep to the right.
Not much there.
Disrupted immediately by Jaden McClure. And the tackle is made by McClure and by Easterling out on the edge. And now it's 3rd and 9, 3rd and long for Spring Hill. The Mount Pleasant defense doing a great job.
They're coming off the edges too. I mean, they're really aggressive now.
They're not letting Spring Hill get the edge. They're setting the edge really, really well.
Whatever Spring Hill had in that first possession, they sure lost it.
2 minutes and 20 seconds and counting. 3rd and 9. Straight drop back. And he is met. And we had a fumble. Fumble on the play. Connor Scher makes the play. Well, I thought it was a fumble. We can't end up with a ball. Did he?
I think if they did, they regained possession. I didn't see it.
I thought we ended up with the ball right there. Connor Scher makes the sack right there, just blows through the center.
The interior of Spring Hill's line there completely crumbled.
And we have a timeout by the Tigers right now. We'll just stay right here and talk about this game is going really kind of a way that we thought it might, in that Mount Pleasant, I think, kind of took Spring Hill a little bit lightly opening up.
Yeah. That first drive was
Spring Hill was
impressive.
able to push it down the field, and all of a sudden the Tigers make an adjustment to what Spring Hill's doing on offense, and they're able to shut their offense down. And then the offense just basically takes advantage of their superior strength up the middle, and they just push Spring Hill around a little bit and gives McClure a chance to bounce around.
Yeah, you could tell Mount Pleasant just has a little bit more size on the lines, I think, as of now. I mean, they've just been able to kind of push as they've wanted. And you know, Spring Hill's played a pretty good defensive game so far. We'll see if the second half looks any different. We're going to have a chance to tack on here going into halftime and then getting the ball again. This is a good opportunity for Mount Pleasant.
4th and 15. Spring Hill shifts out to the punt and takes off.
Something's wrong.
The gunner for Spring Hill took off early. So now it's going to be 4th and about 20.
And you know what? That really benefits Mount Pleasant more than you might think, because this field position is just getting better and better with not a whole lot of time before halftime.
I think a 5-yard penalty doesn't do much, but it does quite a few. Sets up quite a few things.
We're inside midfield there.
A little bit of a hick right there. Almost got a hand on the kick. Fair catch, and makes a tough catch out of an easy one right there. Jalen Smith kind of playing a little bit with fire right there. Makes the catch at the 50-yard line. So Mount Pleasant ends up with really good field position right at the 50-yard line with 2 minutes and 1 second left here in the half, and a chance to extend their lead, leading 13-7. And this would be really good because they're going to get the ball in the second half.
Yeah, it's a golden opportunity to punch it in here and then punch it in when you get it back to really put some room in between you and Spring Hill.
Take control of the game and take the air out of Spring Hill's excitement in playing here.
We haven't seen John Michael air it out much today, our Mount Pleasant senior at quarterback. Let's see if he airs it out a little bit more.
Motion to the right, sets it, looks for the slant, and it's picked off.
No.
Tries to throw a skinny post in there. And there's a tackle by the back of the shirt. Number 0, Reeves Gill, a junior for Spring Hill, playing safety. Looks like we just tried to force the pass on there. He had a skinny post going up the play.
Safety stepped in.
Safety just read the play all the way.
And
ready. Then we have a horse collar tackle, trying to keep him from making a big return. So now not only do they get the ball in pretty good field, now they're going to tack on 15 yards after that tackle. So now the momentum shifts dramatically to Spring Hill, and the defense is going to have to do one of those sudden change. You talk about this all the time as a coach. The defense has got to stop the sudden change right here.
Yeah, that safety was sitting there waiting on the
not a real good decision on Wright's part. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Twins both ways, pistol formation. Isaac throws out to the right, and Mount Pleasant diagnoses the play very quickly. Evan Plunkett was out there at first to disrupt the play and disrupts the timing on it. And I wasn't able to see who finished up on the tackle. But now it brings up 2nd and 12.
I lost a couple.
Very quick play. Trips to the left. Running back to the left. Minute 19 and counting. Mount Pleasant up 13-7, but Spring Hill pushing knocking on the door. Quick out route to the right side. Caught and tackled immediately right there by J.P. Easterling. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Good open field tackle by J.P. there.
Really does a good job. Did not want to let him behind him. So now there's 51 seconds. And we have a timeout by Mount Pleasant. Signals a timeout by Mount Pleasant. So with that, with 50 seconds left in the half, we will take a quick break. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network on WKOM 101.7.
Hi, I'm Matt Perales, manager of Murray County Equipment. We help you with all your agriculture and construction equipment needs. We carry a full line of New Holland tractors from compacts to high horsepower. We have a full line of Gravely mowing equipment. We also have New Holland construction equipment, attachments, and accessories for your tractors and a complete parts department. We are locally owned and operated. Come see us at 1075 North James Campbell Boulevard or learn about us on Facebook or contact us at 931-490-8183.
And we're back here at Tiger Stadium in Mount Pleasant, Tennessee for the Murray County Public Schools Game of the Week between Spring Hill and Mount Pleasant. Spring Hill trying to take advantage of a turnover, an interception, and a big return. They have the ball now 3rd and 8 at the Mount Pleasant 22-yard line. Mount Pleasant defense trying to change the momentum on a sudden change. Roll out to the left, and he sets. Oh, and he's hit. The ball bounces. Oh, had a great chance right there for an interception. Number 5, Nazir Carter, just lit Isaac up.
That thing fluttered for a while.
There.
That thing fluttered for a while, Coach.
And Derek Ridenour had an outstanding opportunity for a big turnover right there and wasn't quite able to corral it. So now it's 4th and 7, and Spring Hill calls the timeout. We'll stay right here.
I think Derek knew it too. You could tell he was a little frustrated. We already replayed it, Coach. It was a good opportunity there, but he just couldn't come down with a.
Mount Pleasant's defense is doing a really good job on this, what we call the sudden change right there. Wright tries to force the pass, gets the interception. They get a big return, which is how Spring Hill basically stays in the game a lot of times. They have a big turnover or a big play. But the defense here has risen up and has made it very, very difficult for Spring Hill to have really much any success at all trying to take advantage of that turnover. Two huge defensive plays that could have gone for a loss and a turnover.
Since the first drive, Coach, Mount Pleasant's defenses look great. The first drive, they went through them like a hot knife through butter, and now Mount Pleasant's defense, since that first drive, has been stout, and they've been bringing pressure. They've been setting the edge. They've been really controlling Spring Hill's offense.
Just a couple of little adjustments to what Spring Hill's doing, and they've been able to take control. Plus, you've had the front taking control of the line of scrimmage. 4th and 7, 45 seconds left in the half. And a little bit of movement in the Spring Hill line and the backfield. And that's going to push him back even more. So now it brings up 4th and about 13.
If you're a Raider fan, you just hate that. You just hate that.
That just eats you up.
I know.
So 4th and 13 at the Mount Pleasant 27-yard line.
How much time we got left in the half?
Got 45 seconds left in the half.
Okay.
Mount Pleasant up 13-7. Spring Hill trying to take advantage of this turnover. Straight drop back, and he rolls to the right, throws it up for grabs, and he has a receiver behind behind Easterling, and it is good for a touchdown for Spring Hill. A coverage gaff by Mount Pleasant. See, straight drop back. We get some pressure on him, but not enough. And the corner just lets him run by him. You know, commits the cardinal sin. You don't let anybody behind you, especially 4th and long.
Quarterback threw it off his back foot, just kind of threw it up there, and the wide receiver made the play on the ball. It was a nice play.
Spring Hill gets the touchdown to tie the game, and the extra point. There's a flag on the play. So we'll see what happens here on the extra point. Spring Hill could take the lead. Got offsides on the Mount Pleasant defense.
I think he put that kick wide right if it were to have been a play, but we were pushing pretty hard there.
Then you kind of wonder, with only 1.5 yards to go for 2-point conversion, but they choose to kick again.
They want the lead.
And the extra point is a low line drive kick, and it is no good. Pulls it to the left. So with 36 seconds left in the half, it is Mount Pleasant 13, Spring Hill 13. And I think let's just stay right here, and we'll go to break on the next. We'll go to break on the next turnover or at half. But
kind of a golden opportunity to take the lead there for Spring Hill.
But they were able to take advantage of the turnover, and those are the big things. When you have a team down, you do not want to let them get back up, and that's exactly what Mount Pleasant has done with that turnover and that mistake in the backfield. Easterling just let him run by him. Got his eyes in the backfield and let the receiver run by him for the touchdown pass.
Quarterback had tons of pressure up the middle too and just kind of let it fly.
So now you wonder a little bit what Spring Hill has in mind. They're putting the ball on the right hash. We may be seeing some kind of pooch of an attempt to either put it right behind the line for a onside type kick. Approaches it, and he kicks it deep. McClure catches the ball at the 18-yard line, runs to his right, plants his foot, comes up the middle, and gets tackled there by number 24, Kingston Compsey for Spring Hill. Mount Pleasant will take over at their own 32-yard line. 1st and 10 with 32 seconds left in the half.
It'll be curious to see what their strategy is here going into halftime. Not a whole lot of time left. I think they have one timeout left.
I have a feeling he's probably going to be conservative right here. He doesn't want to give Spring Hill any more momentum than they already have.
Yeah.
So he'll try a running play here, and hopefully they can pop it, but I doubt that you're going to see too much of a risk taken here.
Evan Plunkett in the backfield.
And we're probably going to have to, we have an illegal, we had 12 men in the huddle right there. An illegal substitution. Tried to run off the field, probably. So now that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. So now it's 1st and 15. Again, with 32 seconds left in the half.
Backs up 5, 1st down and 15.
And with the ball at your own 26-yard line.
Tall task.
Don't anticipate too many risks taken here. Twins each side, handoff goes straight up the middle to McClure and almost breaks it loose.
Plunkett on the carry.
Oh, excuse me, that's Plunkett. I'm sorry.
He gained 5.
Evan Plunkett on that carry, and it's now got another penalty.
Ball forward on the Tigers.
And I did not see what the call was. I was looking elsewhere. I was looking at the.
Backs up 5, it's 1st and 20.
So now 1st and 20.
Now we're really headed in the wrong direction.
At the 22-yard line, there's 25 seconds left. And I don't see Mount Pleasant getting fancy at all. I think you're going to see another run right up the middle, maybe off tackle, and see if they can pop it.
You want to get this safely into the locker room.
You want to you want to run this clock out, get back in the locker room. You're going to get the ball back here shortly. Now Spring Hill comes off the edge, and we got it. Pops a hole right there. Plunkett pushes it up to the 36-yard line.
Tough run.
Good tough run right there. Gets the ball back up to about the 32, 33-yard line. Clock continues to run. Be 2nd and 7 with 5 seconds left. 4. They're just going to let it count down and end it. Pretty good job by Plunkett right there, taking care of the ball and ending this clock. So at the end of the first half, a big ball game, a tough and a well-played ball game on both sides. Actually, the score, Spring Hill 13, Mount Pleasant 13. You're listening to the Maury County Public Schools and the Front Porch Sports Network Game of the Week here in Mount Pleasant, Tennessee. We'll be right back after these messages.
Farmer Johnny here, Taylor Family Farm. I'm going to give y'all a little look-see. We raise 100% non-GMO, grass-fed beef, pasture chicken, and pork on our family farm. Everything that we grow is raised with love and care to ensure the highest quality and nutrition for our family and customers. You can shop online at TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com or visit our farm store in person at Etheridge, Tennessee at 301 Dave Reisner Road. That's TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com for more information.
This is Tripp Stoltz, owner and manager at Columbia Ace Hardware. We have changed our store hours to better serve our community. Columbia Ace Hardware is now open from 7 to 7 Monday through Friday, from 8 to 4 on Saturday, and closed on Sunday. Come see us at 112 East James Campbell Boulevard and let us show you customer service that can only be found at Columbia Ace Hardware.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
This is Hal Landers, owner of Landers Insurance Agency. We are an independent agency representing the famous Erie Insurance Group. Landers Insurance Agency has been committed to providing great rates and great service since 2002. Whether it's home and auto or business or life insurance, we've got you covered. 24/7 in-house claim service, we've got that too. Visit Landers Insurance at 514 North Garden Street, Columbia. Call us at 931-380-2003. Our website is landersinsuranceagency.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
I'm Justin George.
I'm Corey Muehlbauer.
Together, we are Columbia Motor Company.
Columbia Motor Company offers quality pre-owned vehicles at an affordable price, along with many financing options to keep you in your budget.
We are veteran and locally owned. We are located just off of Carmack Boulevard in downtown Columbia. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram or visit our website at columbiamotorcompany.com.
If you want a different and enjoyable car buying experience, please give us the opportunity here at Columbia Motor Company.
Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Delicious food and amazing service at an affordable price. Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Located off of Nashville Highway in Neapolis, near Spring Hill High School. 2504 Care Lane. Authentic Mexican cuisine. Full menu. Family dine-in. Takeout. Delivery. Offering the best cocktails in the area. On the rocks or frozen, pair your meal with our famous margarita. Don't forget, Mezcal Cochina Mexicana for your next meal. Check us out on Facebook. Visit Mezcal Cochina Mexicana today. Proud supporters of the Front Porch Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Chris Chumley, owner of Expert Landscaping, LLC. Located in beautiful Columbia, Tennessee, Expert Landscaping specializes in consulting and design for all your outdoor needs, as well as installations for landscaping, pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, irrigation, and lighting. Call us today at 931-374-1772. Expert Landscaping, where quality work is an investment in the future.
Hello, I'm Rick Whitley.
And I'm Daniel Pollard from Jones & Lang Sporting Goods. We would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for the many years of support. Since 1966, Jones & Lang has been locally owned and operated and supplying teams from T-ball to college. Stop by and see what we can do for you. We offer a wide variety of services from silk screening and embroidery to our custom trophy and awards department.
We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to noon. Remember, Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
And we are back here at halftime, but in the Mount Pleasant, here at Mount Pleasant Stadium for the Maury County Public Schools and Front Porch Sports Network Game of the Week between Mount Pleasant and Spring Hill. We are at halftime. The score is 13-13. Kind of a surprise for some people here. We talked about Spring Hill not quitting in any regard, and they took the opening drive. They took the opening kickoff, drove it about 70 yards for the opening touchdown. They had found something in the Mount Pleasant defense that they were able to exploit, and they literally just pushed it down. No real big plays. I think the biggest play was about 12 yards, and they were able to push it in for a touchdown. Mount Pleasant answers in about halfway through the first quarter with a touchdown by Easterling, who was at quarterback for a kind of a wildcat set. He was in for right in this down in the goal line set where they faked the play into McClure, drew the defense in, and he was able to almost walk into the end zone for about a 6-yard touchdown. And then about halfway through the second quarter, Mount Pleasant was able to put together a pretty impressive drive and finished off with a McClure touchdown about 13 yards where he started the ball up the middle, saw that it was closed off, bounced out a couple of times, got a good block by the wideout, and was able to push that in. And then a series of mistakes. You've got Spring Hill down. You got a chance to push in a score. You got the ball at about the 50-yard line. They try to run a skinny post pass, and Wright does not see the safety in the middle of the field and throws the pass, and the safety picks it off, makes about a 35-yard return, and puts Spring Hill in great shape at about the 33-yard line. And they're able to push it in. That turnover happens with about 3.5 minutes. They're able to push it in. The defense does a pretty good job of holding them. They had them 4th and 12 at about the 20-yard line. Drop back, Spring Hill drops back to pass. Good pressure on the quarterback. He literally throws it up, a butterfly up in the air. But our corner at that time, corner out there, J.P. Easterling, I guess got his eyes in the backfield, got his eyes in the wrong spot. And he lets the receiver run by him. And we have that, with that mistake, they score with about 35 seconds left in the half now to tie the game up 13-13. So Mount Pleasant's going to have to come out and establish their offense pretty quickly here in the third quarter, take control of the situation and try to take the air out of Spring Hill's momentum right here. They let Spring Hill back in the game in about the last 30 seconds of the game here, or 30 seconds of the half. And that's where now the offense is going to have to take control and get that momentum back, Seth.
Yeah, no, absolutely, you're right. It was a slog 13-13. I mean, that's about how the game has been. It's been a pretty even slog between both teams. We let up a touchdown that we shouldn't have let up there towards the half. As you can hear the Spring Hill High School marching band in the background, kind of setting the tone for football Friday nights here in Mount Pleasant, Tennessee.
Seth, you had a chance to talk with one of the Mount Pleasant seniors, and we're going to play that interview here and let you highlight this.
I had the opportunity to sit down with Evan Plunkett earlier today, and we kind of talked about just his life going forward and how he does on this gridiron and how he does in the classroom, and we're going to play it for you.
Senior on your Mount Pleasant High School football Tigers. Evan, how are you doing today?
Doing good. Woke up today getting ready for the game. Obviously, we've been preparing the whole week, so.
Yeah, you got a big game against Spring Hill tonight, cross-county rival. Hey, this is your senior year. It's all or nothing this year. What do you have planned for, Spring Hill? Like, we just finished the first half, and what do you plan on doing for this game?
Obviously, we want to go ahead and stop them up front, dominate up front. Obviously, Spring Hill's fast, so secondary-wise, we need to keep them contained. But overall, I think we need to just finish the game strong.
Okay, so you play running back and linebacker. What do you prefer, offensive side of the ball or defensive side of the ball?
Definitely defense. I've started on defense since my freshman year. Just worked my way into offense this year, but definitely been defense the last couple of years, and that's what I'm going to stick to.
That's interesting because most players like that, the fame and the glory that goes hand in hand with the offensive side of the ball. So that's pretty cool that you got a nose for the defensive side of the ball. So you're at linebacker on that side of the ball. What does it take to be a good linebacker, in your opinion?
Obviously, you got to have a nose to hunt the ball. I mean, you gotta obviously be physical. That's a big part of playing that position. And if you're not physical, you're not going to be a good defensive player in general. But that's definitely true for linebackers, I'd say.
Oh yeah. And you flashed against Wayne County last week. That was a big win to open the year and get some of those week one nerves out of the way. Did you critique your own game? What are some things you did good or some things you could do better moving forward?
I mean, obviously the 2 touchdowns was big. I like that, but then obviously I think I could play a little bit faster. It was the first game, so I was shaking a bit of the nerves out, and by the second half, I think I was playing a little bit faster, but opening up, I was playing a little bit slower than I think I could have. But this week I expect to go out firing on all cylinders.
Okay, well, you sure looked pretty good from the press box, I'll tell you that much. So you're a senior here, all 4 years at Mount Pleasant High School, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you're getting ready to graduate this May. What are some of your favorite memories from your time at the high school?
Obviously, I think the administration and the teachers have been great all 4 years. They've helped me through high school, preparing me for the future. But I'd say some of the best memories here are obviously playing with the Brotherhood the last 3 years, making friends, making memories outside of school. But overall, it's been a great experience and a lot of memories, and I can say my high school experience was good.
That's awesome. It'll go by so quick. You'll look back. I mean, here in a couple of years, you'll already be like 40 and look back on it. That's how I feel. What are your plans post graduation? Do you have anything lined up or some things you're looking at after you walk across that stage this May?
Well, I thought about committing to Lindsey Wilson and going there to play collegiate football. But if not, I wanted to go into the real estate pathway and get my license after high school and go into more of just a work pathway after high school rather than the typical just go to college and get a degree. But I think either way, either one would be a good choice, and looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like you've got some prospects post graduation, and that's what we always like to see from our student athletes, to get out there in the real world and make a big difference. I appreciate you sitting with me today, Evan. Anything you want to say before we turn you loose and you go, finish this year out strong?
Looking forward to the whole season this year. Obviously, the goal is to win state, and that's the goal this year, and that's how we hope to finish this year. Finish it strong, and then they'll take it week by week, then finish strong by then.
Awesome. Looking forward to watching you pop on that football field all year. For Front Porch Sports Network, this is Seth Campbell. We'll see you guys later.
And we're back here at Mount Pleasant High School at halftime. Just had a short interview there with Evan Plunkett, one of the seniors for Mount Pleasant, and interesting take on his senior year. Scores 13-13, and we're going to listen to some of our great sponsors, and we'll be right back with the second half. Right after these messages, you're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network on WKOM 101.7 Game of the Week.
Do you want to be a bad man? Yes, you do. Do you want to taste sweet salvation underneath the summer moon? Do you need another hand now? Yes, you do. Go see Miss Josie down on Columbus Avenue. All right, Columbus Avenue.
Hi, I'm Robert Rogers at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
And I'm Michael Parks Lawrence at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
Together, we're Mr. Bobby Parks' grandsons, and we run his dealership, and we are glad to be part of our local community.
Being family owned and operated, we invest heavily in our community.
We do things like sports teams, schools, bands, you name it. We try to help everybody we can.
The reason why we do this is because we all love this community.
So come do business with us, your neighbors, at Parks Motor Sales in Columbia, Tennessee, right off Nashville Highway, or at parksmotorsales.com.
He shoots, and he scores!
Hi, I'm Matt Perales, manager of Murray County Equipment. We help you with all your agriculture and construction equipment needs. We carry a full line of New Holland tractors from compacts to high horsepower. We have a full line of gravely mowing equipment. We also have New Holland construction equipment, attachments, and accessories for your tractors and a complete parts department. We are locally owned and operated. Come see us at 1075 North James Campbell Boulevard or learn about us on Facebook or contact us at 931-490-8183.
And we're back here at Tiger Stadium in Mount Pleasant, Tennessee for the Front Porch Sports Network and WKOM 101.7 Game of the Week between Mount Pleasant Tigers and the Spring Hill Raiders. The score is tied 13-13 in a game that it's proven to be much closer than what a lot of people thought it might be. Spring Hill has been taking advantage of a couple of big plays, big turnover right at the tail end of the first half, and they were able to convert that in for a score to tie the score up. Mount Pleasant has been able to somewhat control the line, not nearly as much as I think they would like to, but they have controlled the line pretty much, especially on defense. They put the quarterback under a lot of pressure. They just haven't been able to seal the deal completely, and they've let Spring Hill kind of escape in a sense with a couple of plays and let them stay in the ball game. And that's when I'm sure that's something that Coach Hartsfield's talking to them is don't, you had them down, you got to keep them down. Now we got to come out here in this second half and reestablish our dominance or reestablish our control, and then take the air out of them and just break their will if you can. But that's going to be hard. Spring Hill even with their struggles, has not shown the tendency to give up very easily.
No, they seem like that they came out here ready for a game. Spring Hill did. If we thought we were going to run them over, we thought wrong. Spring Hill has given us all we wanted. 13-13 tie shows that. We've had a lot of the offense go through both of our McClure brothers, Jaden, the junior, and Jakari, the senior. And we haven't been able to pop the big one. He saw, John Michael Wright, our senior quarterback, saw something downfield with an open J.P. Easterling. The only problem was he wasn't open, and the safety stepped in front, made a big interception. So, I don't know what Coach Kit Hartsfield has planned for the second half, if he's going to keep wearing out the run, seeing if he can spring one, and that Spring Hill got a little tired. Or if he's going to take a couple of opportunities downfield and see if he can get John Michael with some big throws in a rhythm like we saw last week against Wayne County. Because what we saw against Wayne County last week, we sure haven't seen that tonight. And this is a 5A school compared to Wayne County, which is a much smaller school, 1A, I believe. And that's the task at hand is a little bit more difficult than last week. And we'll see if we can come out and like you said, establish dominance, take the lead, and not look back.
Yeah, we only got a couple of minutes left here in this half, and Seth, you've been looking up some scores here and around the area. What are some of those scores like?
Yeah, we'll call it the front porch scoreboard. We got Richland against Richland 14, Cascade 7. Moore County and Fayetteville is reporting a lightning delay, which is something that we are happy that we're not in. Hardin County 14, Giles County 0, Huntland, our old rival, 7, Grundy County 8. Let me scroll on down here. Ravenwood 41, Cane Ridge 0. Franklin Christian 3, Collinwood 19 at halftime. Another game at half. Lewis County 6, Creekwood 7. We're going to see Lewis County here this season, and they're tough, so we got that on the horizon. We got Siegel 14, Laverne 8, Loretto 14, Lawrence County, who surprisingly lost last week, 21. So Lawrence County is in the lead by 7 at halftime. And Lawrence County got stung last week by Summertown, so I know that they're upset down there across the county line. Let me take a look. Coffee County 14, Tullahoma 9, Summertown 7, Wayne County 0. This is Summertown's bid to go 2-0 this season, which I would say is somewhat of a surprise. We'll come back to the scoreboard later and see how these games progress. I don't have a score for the Columbia Central game, unfortunately, but I know that you could tune in to 103.7 and get that score.
No, we would like for you to hang around with us.
Well, you got a couple minutes.
Yeah, we got about 3 minutes, or about 2 minutes and 45 seconds left here in halftime. And again, it's kind of a game that I think the Mount Pleasant players thought they were going to have more control than they do. And that's something I think that Coach Hartsfield's going to come in and just say, listen, if you think, we think we're the better team, go act like it, go play like it. Show your power, push them around a little bit more. But at the same time, do not take this group lightly. They've got good athletes on the other side of the ball. I think that may be one reason why you're not seeing as many passes is they've got good athletes in their defensive backfield and can break on the ball well, as we have seen in this late in the first half.
We had somewhat of a similar game here last year, Coach, when we had Mount Pleasant coming out on top 18-13. So it was another slugfest, pretty low scoring game. And we just have to find those opportunities, capitalize on them, not turn the ball over, and we should be able to win this game. We just got to come out ready to roll in the second half. I don't want to take a few drives to warm up. I'd like to capitalize early.
All right, we've got about a minute and a half left. We're going to listen to a couple more of our sponsors, and then we will be right back with the kickoff of the second half here on the Front Porch Sports Network and the WKOM 101.7 Game of the Week.
Farmer Johnny here, Taylor Family Farm. I want to give y'all a little look-see. We raise 100% non-GMO, grass-fed beef, pasture chicken, and pork on our family farm. Everything that we grow is raised with love and care to ensure the highest quality and nutrition for our family and customers. You can shop online at TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com or visit our farm store in person at Etheridge, Tennessee at 301 Dave Reisner Road. That's TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com for more information.
This is Trip Stoltz, owner and manager at Columbia Ace Hardware. We have changed our store hours to better serve our community. Columbia Ace Hardware is now open from 7 to 7 Monday through Friday, from 8 to 4 on Saturday, and closed on Sunday. Come see us at 112 East James Campbell Boulevard and let us show you customer service that can only be found at Columbia Ace Hardware.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
And both teams have finished their halftime warm-ups and are getting ready here for the second half kickoff. Looks like Spring Hill will be kicking from our right, as you're looking at your TV screen or computer screen, as however you are watching or listening. If you're on the radio dial, Spring Hill will be moving from right to left. Mount Pleasant will be receiving. Going back deep for Spring Hill, number 20, Jakari McClure, number 4, J.P. Easterling, and number 22, I believe. Yeah, number 22, Carter Dunn will be deep for Mount Pleasant on this kickoff.
These kickoffs have been a little hairy so far this year. You never know what's going to happen. If there's going to be a fumble, a big run back, you just don't know. So these have been must-see TV, to be honest with you, so far this year.
Yeah, Case and Deschamps will be doing the kicking for Spring Hill. We'd anticipate another pooch kick type thing. He's been kicking at about the 20 consistently. And again, kicks it up.
Pretty good kick.
Gives it to McClure at the 18-yard line. Moves into the middle of the field. Plants his foot. Turns up the field. Makes a cut to the left. And he's got it outside. It's a foot race now at the 30. At the 25-yard line, where he's brought down on a shoestring tackle.
That's the way to start.
And that is a great way to start. Let's take another look at that if we can, Seth. He breaks it into the middle. Plants his foot. Plants up the middle. Then sees a gap to the left. Breaks it up the field and almost outruns the coverage team and gives Mount Pleasant a fantastic field position at the Spring Hill 23-yard line.
That's what we were looking for to start this half.
That's exactly what we needed to start the half. Now we need to punch it in and finish the drive, finish this off. Trips to the right, McClure off to the right, handoff up the middle, and he breaks, almost breaks the tackle. Doesn't quite break the tackle there. Looks like number 0, Reeves Gill for Spring Hill, makes the play.
Shoestring,
literally a shoestring tackle right there, and holds McClure to about 2 yard gain.
I think he saw something there too, and he just got tripped up.
And if he'd have been able to get past that, he had some running room. So now you got 2nd and 8 at the 21-yard line.
This offensive line for Mount Pleasant, they're working. They're trying to make these gaps. They haven't had the best of luck, but they keep working at it.
Trips to the right and roll out to the right, looking to pass, and can't find anybody and throws it away wisely.
Smart move.
Nothing left out there. Spring Hill rolled their coverage up and could not find anybody open there to push it. So now you got 3rd and about 8. And again, you don't want to stall out right here.
Yeah, that was a good move by the senior quarterback there, showing his veteran leadership, not to try to force anything, not take a sack, and just kind of threw it into the stands.
But looks like
threw it too far into the stands. I'll be darned.
No, not too far. He had 3. I don't understand. They called it intentional grounding, but he had 3 receivers in the vicinity. I don't understand that call. I really don't understand that call. He had 3 receivers in the vicinity. It doesn't matter how high he throws it.
I thought he played the play perfect.
I'm sorry. We don't like to comment too much on the refs here, but that's not a poor.
Just a little. We just like to comment a little.
A little bit, yeah. Okay, that brings up 3rd and 13 with 11:03. Motion to the left, sets up, pitch pass out to the flat in the left field. Left field.
The softball
Left
still
flat.
coursing through your veins.
Oh, a little bit of extracurricular out there.
He pulled the flag out, but did he throw it?
And we got people trying to back everybody up.
You could feel
Carter Dunn caught the ball out there. Got about a 2-yard gain, maybe.
You can feel the frustration here, Mike.
And
you can hear the
Spring Hill young man kind of gave him a shove on the way up.
The ref had the flag out of his pocket, but he didn't throw it.
Unfortunately, I have a feeling because of the way Mount Pleasant might have reacted to that. He just kind of said, okay, cool it, boys. Get back to your huddles and let's get to work.
You've seen that before, haven't you?
4th and 11. Big play right here. Mount Pleasant needs to get this first down. Trips to the right. McClure to the left of right. Straight drop back, sets, throws, and nobody there looking for Jaden McClure, who possibly just kind of gave up on the pattern, or there was a confusion on the pattern right there. And Spring Hill holds Mount Pleasant after a huge opening kickoff return, and Mount Pleasant is not able to take control of the situation, and it turns the ball over on downs to Spring Hill. They now have 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
See if the defense can stay strong here.
And they're changing changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Back comes up from the pistol over to the left of Isaac. Handoff to the right side and sweep, and there's nothing much there. Easterling comes up, forces the play inside to Evan Plunkett, who finishes off the tackle for a 1-yard gain, brings up 2nd and 9 with 9 minutes 38 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
And as you heard in our interview at halftime, Evan prefers the defensive side of the ball, which kind of showed right there with him tracking that down.
Tracks that down from his middle linebacker position. Did a really good job. Twins both sides. Running back to the left and mix up in their snap count. And Spring Hill lineman jump, so that's going to push them back 5 yards and bring up second and about 14. Big play for the defense. Now if they can take advantage of it, a turnover here would be a huge help.
I know, that sure would help us.
2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Running back to the left of Isaac, quarterback. Mount Pleasant showing blitz, backs off, screen pass, and number 22, Carter Dunn, reads that play, knifes through the blockers, and makes a huge hit, almost flips the running back there.
I think he's hurting, Mike. He's hurting.
And he gets him right in the thigh. They had the screen pass set up pretty well, but he sees it and hits him, puts his shoulder pad right on his kneecap and flips him, and evidently does a little bit more to him than just make the tackle.
Carter flashes on the defensive side of the ball. He diagnoses plays and he goes after him.
Great read on that play right there, knifing up through the blockers to make the play. It's going to leave him with 3rd and about 13, but we're going to take an injury timeout here and listen to some of our sponsors. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network and the Murray County Public Schools Game of the Week on 101.7. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hello, I'm Rick Whitley.
And I'm Daniel Pollard from Jones & Lang Sporting Goods. We would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for the many years of support. Since 1966, Jones & Lang has been locally owned and operated and supplying teams from T-ball to college. Stop by and see what we can do for you. We offer a wide variety of services from silk screening and embroidery to our custom trophy and awards department.
We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to noon. Remember, Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
And we're back here at Mount Pleasant. The injured player for Spring Hill was Lionel Brooks, young sophomore, number 8.
think he's had a couple of instances where he's been a little
dinged a little bit.
Yeah, it's been that kind of game, though. It's been a hard-hitting game.
So you've got 3rd and 13 at the Spring Hill 21-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Quarterback flanked by 2 running backs. Isaac takes the snap, straight drop back, throws a quick pick, and the hook and ladder play. This time they get outside containment, and he's up the sideline. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Spring Hill on the big play on the hook and ladder, the old-fashioned hook and ladder play. And Seth, again, a defensive breakdown, not seeing that runner, that guy come flashing out from the backfield.
Yeah, let's take another look at it right here, Coach Mike. It was beautifully executed.
Little button hook, catches the ball, flips it out there, and gets outside containment, and then it's just a foot race from there. And again, Spring Hill has some athletes.
He could fly.
And they just outran the defense from there. Again, as a defensive coach, we used to tell you, when your receiver pulls up, you got to look into him real quick and see if you see any helmets coming back outside, just for that reason.
That's our second hook in the ladder.
With
hook and ladder of the night.
With 8 minutes and 39 seconds left, Spring Hill takes the lead on the 70-yard touchdown. The snap and the kick is up, and it's good. And again, with 8 minutes, 39 seconds left in the third quarter, Spring Hill takes the lead over Mount Pleasant, 20-13. We'll be right back after these messages. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network.
Do you want to be a bad man? Yes, you do. Do you want to taste sweet salvation underneath the summer moon? Do you need another hand now? Yes, you do. Go see Miss Josie down on Columbus Avenue. All right, Columbus Avenue.
And we're back here at Mount Pleasant. You can see Coach Hartsfield got his 3 defensive backs together over there during that timeout and was reminding them that you've got to maintain containment. You cannot let the runner get outside of you and up the field. Okay, an onside kick, and they try to get the ball back here, but at Mount Pleasant does a good job of covering it. They don't take off too quick, and looks like
A.J. Sieber with the recovery, a freshman?
Either, 47.
47,
excuse me. Yeah, A.J. Sieber does a good job staying home and makes a recovery there. Now, Mount Pleasant set up well. They're at their own 48-yard line. Let's see if they can take advantage of the situation and get themselves back into this game here.
Great play by the freshman there to diagnose that, pick it off. That's a high-stress play.
Got trips to the right, short motion in, sweep to the right. McClure plants his foot, comes back up inside, and not much there. Gets about a 2-yard gain. And again, a little bit of extra curricular activity after the play. A little bit of talking and John going back and forth. Spring Hill's kind of feeling their oats. Mount Pleasant a little frustrated. So you got to watch this. You got to watch this and not do something.
You can feel the frustration, Mike. You can feel it.
Now you got 2nd and 8. And the referee is calling the captains together, and he's going to take care of this, try to nip this thing in the bud quickly before it turns into a situation that neither team really wants it to get into. There's a lot of jawing going on down there, and they want it to stop. Okay,
well, you don't see that every day, but good on the ref to take control.
Take control of the situation. Yeah. Okay, 2nd and 8 at the 50-yard line. 8 minutes and really 8 minutes left. quarter. And it's a double reverse to Easterling. He gets a gap, gets a block early, and the block recovers. Almost, I think he's going to be close to a first down.
See if they give it to him.
And it looks like it's going to be just a yard short, so he's going to end up 3rd and 1. Double reverse, handoff to the left side. Easterling coming back on the right. Spring Hill did a decent job staying at home. Easterling was able to find a couple of gaps and get some good yardage.
We saw it last week. When he gets ahead of steam, Easterling can go.
All right, Twins to the left. Got 2 men in the backfield, straight ahead, and he gets plenty for the first down. McClure gets the first down at the Spring Hill 40-yard line with 7 minutes and 10 seconds and counting. Spring Hill ahead 20-13. Mount Pleasant on the drive trying to answer the big touchdown play. Trips to the left. And a hard count. And they get Spring Hill to jump, so that's going to shorten it.
How many times have we seen that tonight, Mike?
Again, when you get a defense that is kind of what I call feeling their oats a little bit, this is one way to kind of back them off just a little bit, get them to slow down just a tick.
And they're doing it to each other tonight, too.
Yeah,
I mean, both offenses have had some success with the hard count. We didn't see that last week.
Okay, 1st and 5 now at the 35-yard line of Spring Hill. Trips to the left. McClure off the left hip of right. And he hands the ball straight up ahead and slides to his left. 7-yard line of Spring Hill. Mount Pleasant trying to answer off the Spring Hill big play for a touchdown. Trips to the right. McClure off the right hip. And offsides. And the referee's telling Coach Hartsfield, he says he needs to check with me. I'll get him straightened out. But evidently, number 6, Avery Johnson, lined up offsides. So now it's 1st and 15 from the 33-yard line. 5 minutes, 29 seconds and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Spring Hill up 20-13. The Mount Pleasant on the drive. Trips to the right. Almost a pistol formation. Handoff to McClure, straight up the middle, plants his foot, tries to drive up inside, gets about a 4-yard gain right there. It's going to bring up 2nd down and about 11. Oh, they gave him a little bit more than I did. 2nd and 10.
Got the yardage back.
Got the yardage back on the play right there. So 2nd and 10 from the 27-yard line of Spring Hill. Again, trips to the right. A wing to the left. Jakari off the right hip. Option to the right. Pitches out to McCart. To McClure. Reverses the field to the left. He has a seam. Gets outside. Makes a head fake. Pushes his way up to the 9-yard line. But there is a flag back here at the 33-yard line. I'm afraid we're going to have a holding call on the wide receiver doing a stalk block. Illegal procedure. Must be an alignment problem on not enough men on the line of scrimmage, and we have a man down for Mount Pleasant. I'm not sure, but that may be Jakari. I think that's Jakari McClure.
You are correct.
That is Jakari McClure down, and that would be a big loss for Mount Pleasant if he's not able to continue in this game.
I mean, he's been running the ball hard. There's not a whole lot of real estate there for him to take advantage of that we've seen. That was a heck of a play right there, unfortunately negated by a procedural call. But he's running hard. You can't second guess his heart there. He's trying everything to get these Tigers in the end zone to possibly tie this game up. It just hasn't really been there tonight so far.
All right, Well, while they check on him, we'll hear from our sponsors, and we'll take an injury timeout here. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network on WKOM 101.7 Game of the Week.
He shoots, and he scores!
Hi, I'm Matt Perales, manager of Murray County Equipment. We help you with all your agriculture and construction equipment needs. We carry a full line of New Holland tractors from compacts to high horsepower. We have a full line of gravely mowing equipment. We also have New Holland construction equipment, attachments, and accessories for your tractors and a complete parts department. We are locally owned and operated. Come see us at 1075 North James Campbell Boulevard or learn about us on Facebook or contact us at 931-490-8183.
And we're back, and Jakari is able to come off under his own power. It looks like he may have just kind of tweaked his back or something like that. Got twisted up a little funny on that play, but unfortunately all that big gain is for naught. 2nd and 14, and hand up the middle.
Plunkett.
To Plunkett. Gets about 7 yards on the play. And we see McClure coming back, so it's good to see him coming back one play later and kind of shakes off that injury. That's good to see him back in there. So now we have 3rd and 7 at the Spring Hill 19-yard line. Again, pivotal play in this drive. Twins to the left, short slot to the right. Option pitch to McClure, and it's a halfback pass and wide open. A completely fooled Spring Hill defense throws it wide open. McClure throws it to his younger brother, Jaden McClure, for a 27-yard touchdown pass.
Cool is that? Brother to brother here. You see it pitch, and then he just lollipops
the whole defense up, and the corner. Watching McClure, fully expecting McClure to try to get around the corner, and he picks up and throws the ball to his younger brother for a touchdown.
A big extra point here.
Awaiting the extra point.
That's snap.
And
get it in there.
It goes up,
there we
and
go.
It is good. So with 3 minutes and 32 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, we are tied again. Mount Pleasant 20, Spring Hill 20. We'll be right back after these messages. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network and the Murray County Public Schools Game of the Week on 101.7.
Farmer Johnny here, Taylor Family Farm. I want to give y'all a little look-see. We raise 100% non-GMO, grass-fed beef, pasture chicken, and pork on our family farm. Everything that we grow is raised with love and care to ensure the highest quality and nutrition for our family and customers. You can shop online at TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com or visit our farm store in person at Etheridge, Tennessee at 301 Dave Reisner Road. That's TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com for more information.
And Mount Pleasant answers the big play from Spring Hill with their own score. The score is tied 20-20. Braden Case kicks the ball deep to about the 25-yard line. And Reeves Gill makes the reception and comes back, and Avery Johnson, I believe, makes the tackle.
Let's see if we recaptured some of that mojo, some of that momentum.
The defense now can can get this, can stop this Mount Pleasant, see if the Mount Pleasant defense can stop this Spring Hill offense. Again, they're relying on the big play. Okay, we got trips to the right, single receiver here to the left, pistol formation, and a handoff straight up the middle, and he's got a gap there for a little bit. Ooh. Got it, number 33 for Spring Hill, Kason White, a young sophomore, carrying the ball, gets a pretty good gain.
Carter Dunn just blowing that thing up.
Slices up, makes a play there. 2nd and 5, good gain on first down. Trips again to the right, wide receiver way down here to the left.
Let's get a turnover, boys.
Handoff straight up the middle again, this time not quite as much of a gap. Connor Scher looks like he got a hand on him right that time. Was able to knock him off stride. So now, critical 3rd down play, 3rd and 3 at the Spring Hill 43-yard line with 2 minutes and 22 seconds left. Score tied, 20-20.
Big play.
Huge play here by the defense.
You can feel it. You can hear it.
Right. And a snap. It's over the quarterback's head, throws it, and it's picked off. Picked off by number 8, Jalen Smith. Bad snap from the quarterback. Bounces up, gets a lot of pressure. He just kind of throws it up for grabs, and Jalen Smith is able to make the big play. We take another look at that real quick. We see a lot of pressure off of that bad snap. He gets a lot of pressure on him, thrown it, and Smith jumps up in front of the receiver, makes the play, and now Mount Pleasant is sitting in great field position at the Spring Hill 41-yard line. 1st and 10 with 2 minutes and 4 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Again, score tied, but now let's see if this momentum change helps, that Mount Pleasant can take advantage of this turnover.
That sure felt good to finally get that interception. I felt like it was coming.
Really.
We felt like it was coming.
Trips to the right, wing to the left. McClure straight ahead. Pushes, and then they able to get him back. He gets about a 3-yard gain. Tackled there by number 60 for Spring Hill is Tyrus Lawrence.
Let's give some love to some of those offensive linemen for the Tigers up front. I see 73, our right tackle, Cole Anderson, is, he's in there every play hustling. We don't call their names a whole lot, so I want to give a little shout out one at a time here to these offensive linemen working hard for this yardage.
2nd and 8. We got Twins. We got a tight wing here to the right, Twins to the left. Handoff to McClure on the right side. He's got a seam, turns it upfield, and is able to get the first down to about the 26-yard line. Brought down by number 7 for Spring Hill, Joshua Martinez. But a huge play right there to get that first down. Right side of the offensive line did a super job sealing that down. Wide receivers to the right.
And I just mentioned Cole Anderson, so go figure, the right tackle. They're good for our sophomore and Mr. Cole.
Okay, 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line of Spring Hill. Tight slot to the right. Twins left. Handoff straight ahead to McClure, and nothing doing right there. Number 7 for Spring Hill, Joshua Martinez. Called his name quite a bit on their defense.
He really shows up.
And but now 2nd and 9. Let's be a little bit more generous. 2nd and 8. Got 2 yards on that carry. 23 seconds and counting here in the 3rd quarter.
They look content to take it to the 4th.
And they're probably going to get this play off. See if they can't punch it in before the 3rd quarter ends. Tight bunch to the right. Wide receiver. Got McClure out to the left. You got McClure off the hip.
Plunkett off the hip.
And we got movement in the offensive line. Illegal procedure and those will drive you crazy as an offensive coordinator.
Especially when you have the momentum.
Got the momentum, and so now that's going to bring up 2nd and about 14 with 1 second left in the third quarter. They're probably just going to let this run out, and they do. So that is the end of the third quarter with the score: Mount Pleasant Tigers 20, Spring Hill Raiders 20. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network and the WKOM 101.7 Game of the Week. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hi, I'm Matt Perales, manager of Murray County Equipment. We help you with all your agriculture and construction equipment needs. We carry a full line of New Holland tractors from compacts to high horsepower. We have a full line of Gravely mowing equipment. We also have New Holland construction equipment, attachments, and accessories for your tractors and a complete parts department. We are locally owned and operated. Come see us at 1075 North James Campbell Boulevard or learn about us on Facebook or contact us at 931-490-8183.
Is your insurance up to date in today's world? Foster Insurance Agency is an insurance agency you can depend on for your commercial and personal insurance needs. Foster tailors insurance coverage to meet your unique requirements stemming from years of experience and represents several top-rated companies such as Erie Insurance. Call Mike Ford or Jimmy Ford today at 931-388-8365 or stop by their convenient Columbia location at 204 West 4th Street. Foster Insurance, serving Middle Tennessee since 1952.
I'm Jimmy.
And we're back here for the beginning of the fourth quarter here in Mount Pleasant. Game between Mount Pleasant Tigers and Spring Hill Raiders. Mount Pleasant has 2nd and 13 at the Spring Hill 27-yard line. Hand off to McClure, straight up the middle. Slips and slides a little bit. Tries to juke and jive a little bit up through the line.
It's Mr. Plunkett.
Okay, that was Plunkett. That was not, I'm sorry. Mr. Plunkett right there gets about 4 yards and brings up 3rd and 10 at the Spring Hill 19-yard line. Another critical play in this drive, keep this drive alive.
Looks like they're taking their time, really getting this right, going to the line.
Would really like to take advantage of this turnover.
Carter Dunn
twins to the left, wing to the right. McClure goes off on motion, straight drop back and trying to wheel route. And number 15 gets to right. Number 15, Clay Robinson, gets to right and flushes him out of the pocket. Wright is able to make positive yardage out of it. But we have another penalty. Illegal shift on Mount Pleasant. This time Spring Hill declines the penalty. And now that brings up 4th and 9.
Looks like they're gearing up to go for it, Coach. They're going to go for this.
Yeah, I'm not real sure that Case has got the. We're probably just outside of Case's range as kicker. So they're going to go for it here. See what they can do with it. It's going to be twins to the right, wing left. McClure on the left hip shifts over to the right hip of Wright, and a timeout is called. Evidently, Coach Hartsfield didn't like what he was seeing, or afraid the clock was running down. So with timeout on the field, 10:55 left in the game. Mount Pleasant 20, Spring Hill 20. We'll be right back after these messages.
Some people are just obsessed with their lawns. They'd cut their grass with a pair of scissors if they could. Thanks to Gravely, they don't have to. You see, Gravely makes not only the best built and most comfortable lawnmowers, they also leave your house looking like a doggone country club. So whether you're a commercial landscaper wanting the best or just a perfectionist homeowner, you can't do better than a Gravely.
See our full line of Gravely products at Murray County Equipment, 1075 North James Campbell Boulevard in Columbia, Tennessee, or check us out on Facebook.
And we're back here at Tiger Stadium on the campus of Mount Pleasant High School for the Maury County Public Schools Game of the Week between Spring Hill and Mount Pleasant. We are at 10:55 mark left in the game. Mount Pleasant is driving, but they've kind of hit a snag here in the drive. It is now 4th down and 9 from the Spring Hill 23-yard line. Try to keep this drive alive here. Big motion to the left, drops back, rolls to the right, sees McClure in the end zone, and it is knocked down. Thought he might have a chance at Jakari McClure in the end zone on a wheel route, and he's not able to make the connection. The defender for Spring Hill is able to make the play. Did you catch the number of the Spring Hill defender on that?
I did not, but he sure had him layered. He had him well defended out there. That's a hard guy to defend.
McClure had a step on him and wasn't quite able to bring the play in. So, turns it over on downs. We have now Spring Hill takes over at their own 23-yard line, 1st and 10 with 10 minutes, 48 seconds to go. Score tied 20-20. Twins to the left, single receiver right. Mount Pleasant kind of moving in and out, showing blitz here and there, trying to confuse the quarterback, confuse the line. Handoff straight up the middle to the, and he gets about a 2, maybe a 3-yard gain before he runs into a whole host of Tigers.
So number 5, Nazir Carter, a sophomore there here at Mount Pleasant, in there making the tackle.
Assisted by Micah Hodison. Number 23, Jonathan Cannon, running the ball for Spring Hill. 2nd and 6. Handoff again up the middle. He bounces out to the left side and met again by a whole host of Tigers at the line of scrimmage. Not much there.
Carter Dunn.
Carter Dunn makes the play again. So now you got 3rd and 4 at the 29-yard line. Big 3rd down play here. The defense needs to step up and force a punt right here. Trips to the right. Hand off to the right, sweep to the right. A lot of pressure in there. Defense attacks. Pursuit's going to get out there, and finally,
wow,
the play is made.
Gang tackle.
Be gang tackled, but they let him get too far up the field. 23, Braden Parrish ends up making the final part of the tackle, but you had a lot of people. So now you got 4th and 1, maybe 1.5. But they're at their own 34-yard line.
And the Tigers came in hot to swarm to that ball.
Yeah, they came in hot, but they bounced. They kept hitting him high.
Good effort. Good effort.
So now, really, the defense needs to watch the ball. Watch the ball very closely. Do not. Looks like they're going to go. They're lining up to go for it. So I have a feeling. Expect a hard count here. Expect a hard count, trying to get the defense to jump. And quarterback sneak, he gets stacked up. And they get pushed back. Oh, he slides off.
Oh,
it's going to be a judgment call. One of those right foot, left foot. Depends on how they mark it.
Talem Russell, one of our seniors, is saying no, but he's biased.
And they're going to look at it, and they're deciding. And the referee, they held on 4th and 1. A great defensive effort right there by the Mount Pleasant defense. A huge play, and to get the turnover on downs at the Spring Hill 32-yard line. 1st and 10 sets up the offense in a beautiful field position right here. 8 minutes, 30 seconds left.
There just wasn't any room there on the line to fall forward. I mean, we stacked them up and pushed them back maybe a little bit. That was a great defense.
Great push by the defensive front and the second line. The linebackers.
That's a game-defining stop there. Let's see if we can capitalize.
That could turn it over. That could turn the momentum enough. Trips to the right. Pistol formation behind right. Fakes the handoff to McClure. Follows him up into the line. Looks like he may have been a busted play the way he hesitated right there.
John Michael's not afraid to take it right up the middle there. He took it right up the middle.
We're going to be generous, give him a gain of 2 yards right there. So now you got 2nd and 8 minutes and 5 seconds and counting.
Let's give another shout out to our senior center, Logan Pinkerton, snapping the ball all night and doing a heck of a job.
And we have a timeout. Evidently, there is again a problem
with the play call.
It's an official's timeout. Not real sure what the situation is.
Oh, it looks like they're talking to our principal, Mr. Hughes.
There's something, evidently the referee's seeing something at the end of the field that he doesn't particularly want to happen. Not real sure what the situation is.
It looks like we're going to get back underway right here.
But back underway, 2nd and 8. Twins to the right, bunch to the left. McClure gets the handoff, inside handoff back to
good seal.
McClure, number 1, and gets the first down on an inside reverse to Jaden McClure. Hands on a handoff, starts off to the left with Jakari McClure, hands it back inside, gets Spring Hill overplaying, gets the first down. Now it's 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, good little run there. Found a little room up there. Great blocking. Should have caught the instant replay. You can blame that one on me, Coach Lyle.
I will. This time.
Okay.
Usually it's my fault. Anyway.
Well, we'll share responsibility up here.
7 minutes and 10 seconds left and counting. Scores tied 20-20. Mount Pleasant on the move. Motion to the right. Quarterback keeper. Looks like Easterling at quarterback.
Oof.
And he gets a gain of about 7 yards on first down. A really good off tackle, just an off tackle quarterback power play right there.
Yeah, that was
JP Easterling at quarterback, trying to probably kind of use some speed there to get into the hole quickly. Now you got 2nd and 2.
Good run by our sophomore there. Good run by our sophomore. Took a lick at the end too.
2nd and 2 at the 10-yard line. Clock's running at 6:45. Left in the game. Easterling still in there. Takes it straight up the middle and is powered in and scores a touchdown for the Mount Pleasant Tigers with 6 minutes and 32 seconds left. Just a quarterback power play right up the gut of the Spring Hill defense. Let's take another look at that, Seth. They just get everybody bunched up in the middle and they just bulldoze their way through. They're just pancaking blocks.
Yeah, Braxton Brady with a great block there to kind of push him in
the way through. So now, extra point by Case.
Big extra
point. Is up.
Ooh,
and it's partially blocked, and the kick is going to be no good. That hopefully will not become a factor. It could be a factor late in this game. With 6 minutes and 32 seconds left, Mount Pleasant takes the lead 26-20 over Spring Hill. We'll be right back. After these messages, you're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network Game of the Week.
This is Hal Landers, owner of Landers Insurance Agency. We are an independent agency representing the famous Erie Insurance Group. Landers Insurance Agency has been committed to providing great rates and great service since 2002. Whether it's home and auto or business or life insurance, we've got you covered. 24/7 in-house claim service, we've got that too. Visit Landers Insurance at 514 North Garden Street, Columbia. Call us at 931-380-2003. Our website is landersinsuranceagency.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
And we're back here at Mount Pleasant High School, where Mount Pleasant has just taken the lead with 6 minutes and 32 seconds, coming off of an interception by Jalen Smith. They turned it into a touchdown to take the lead, 26-20. Case approaches the ball, gets a good kick down to about the 12-yard line. catches. Ooh, and he is met at the 20-yard line. Trying to get the number, I think that's number 11, Knox Brooks.
Oh.
Said, hello, welcome to Mount Pleasant.
Knox Jr. right here in Mount Pleasant, Tennessee. Lives right around the corner. Hey, and a hit like that reminds me, Coach, we got a great athletic trainer, Ben Turner, here attending to all these Mount Pleasant players all night. We got to give Ben a big shout-out.
Yeah, 1st and 10 at the 20, about the 21-yard line, with 6 minutes and 27 seconds left in the game. Spring Hill has the ball. Sweep to the right. And a great knifing play right there by the safety. Number 22, Carter Dunn, comes up from his safety position, reads the play, and shoots the alley. Makes a huge play, recognizes it, comes all the way from his safety position, and makes a great open field tackle there for no gain.
Torpedoed him.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line. 5 minutes, 55 seconds left in the game. Got trips to the right. Pistol formation for Spring Hill. And straight drop back, and they throw the button. Excuse me, button hook right there. And you've got, again, Carter Dunn and Evan Plunkett on the tackle right time. That time they made sure he wasn't going to pitch the ball.
Well, he threw that into some traffic there. He was brave for throwing that.
3rd and 6 at the 25-yard line.
We're going to try to pick up the play.
Getting the call from his coach on the sideline. Mount Pleasant makes their adjustments a little bit. Looks like they're going to show pressure off the edge. Backs off.
Oh.
A little button hook inside. And pursuit gets there. Number 8, Jalen Smith makes the tackle right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a 2-yard gain. And now, they gave him a little bit more than I thought. 4th and 1.
Jalen's made some plays tonight.
Spring Hill, with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left and the clock moving, Spring Hill is going to roll the dice here. The ball at their own 30-yard line.
How much time's left, Coach?
4 minutes and 20 seconds now, counting down here in the game.
Starting to feel the pressure a little bit if you're Spring Hill.
Twins to the right. Set the play. They're trying a hard count. Didn't work. So now they're looking at setting the play, hopefully, and they may have been, that was the whole design. They were trying to get Mount Pleasant to jump again on the hard count, took the timeout, so now they're probably going to set themselves up for the punt here, and hopefully their defense can get it back. Hopefully Mount Pleasant offense can just drive. We'll stay right here during this timeout, Seth. A great defensive stand right there after a really good kickoff by quickly.
Mr. Case, Brandon Case.
Brandon Case right there, excuse me. And good coverage there, and they were able to keep Spring Hill down.
We told that defensive lineman, don't jump. The coaches said, don't you dare jump.
And all the linebackers were also hollering, watch the ball, watch the ball, watch the ball. Did a good job there hanging tight. Actually, I think Spring Hill may be going for the ball because I have not seen a lot of shifting or a lot of substituting in the Spring Hill huddle over there. So they are probably going to go for it. There's 3 minutes and 58 seconds left in the game here. They're down 26-20.
It's a gamble.
I think they feel like this is, they're going to have to take this gamble and see if they can't keep this drive alive.
Well, like you said earlier, if you can't pick up a yard, it's loud here, y'all.
They didn't a while ago.
It's loud here. You can feel it shaking.
Isaac brings the Raiders to the line.
Listen to Mount Pleasant.
And again, they're trying the long count, trying to get Mount Pleasant to jump. They don't jump. And the snap, handoff straight up the middle, and nothing doing. There's a host of Tigers led by number 51, Derek Ridenauer, and they stuff the play and get the turnover on downs.
Let's take a look at it.
Make another play. Just a huge, huge play by the defense. A great, great push. They take the entire line of scrimmage and push it back about 3 yards, and there is no place. There is no place for Cason White to go. And so now Mount Pleasant is in great field position to extend this lead a little bit with 1st and 10 at about the 28-yard line of Spring Hill.
You know, coach is telling them protect the ball. Protect the ball. You don't want any turnovers down here. Not at this point.
Got Evan Plunkett in the backfield with Wright now. Motion and a little touch pass.
Good pickup.
To J.P. Easterling to the right. Kind of a jet sweep touch pass. Actually goes down as a forward pass.
Those pop passes have gotten popular lately.
Well, it's a pretty safe play because if he drops it, it's just an incomplete pass.
Yeah, it's a smart play.
Or if you hand it backwards there, that's a fumble. So good gain on 1st down. 2nd and 4 at the 22-yard line. 3 minutes, 15 seconds and counting. Mount Pleasant ahead 26-20 and threatening again. You got Trips to the left, McClure to the right, handoff back to the left to McClure, ducks up under the pressure and gets a good gain. Looks like he's got enough for the 1st down.
I think Spring Hill's a little winded.
Number 7, Joshua Martinez made the tackle, but it's enough for a Mount Pleasant 1st down at the 18-yard line. And now the clock becomes the friend of Mount Pleasant. They just want to push this thing forward, cap it off with a touchdown, and run as much clock as they can while they're doing it. 2 minutes, 40 seconds and counting. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
You sure don't want any of your players going out of bounds with the ball right now.
Got Plunkett in the backfield with John Michael Wright. A bunch to the left. And a handoff straight up the middle to Plunkett. And again, they're not overly concerned about huge gains right here. They would love to gain about 4 yards a pop and just eat this clock away.
It's been a hard-fought game, Mike. I mean, they've really gone blow for blow.
Needed a little bit more than that. 2nd and 9 at about the about the 17-yard line. 1 minute, 50 seconds and counting. Mount Pleasant in no hurry. Direct snap to McClure, sweep to the right. Can't find a gap right there. And I think it's number 35 for Spring Hill. Or is it 45? I'm going to say 25. Braden Unger makes the play.
That Tiger offensive line sure is working. Left guard Carson Howe with the push there. He's working hard.
We have a timeout. Spring Hill calls a timeout to try to stop the clock with 1:34 left. We'll stay right here.
You can see him coaching them up down there.
Huge momentum shift here with that stop on downs by the defense. Defense has really done a good job keeping Mount Pleasant out of. They've given up the big play, the big gap, or excuse me, the big play on that hook and ladder play. But overall, they have done a pretty good job of containing Spring Hill's offense. Again, as we mentioned earlier, before the game, Spring Hill comes in with a lot of fight and a lot of determination to try to upset the apple cart here. But
they played fairly well too. They played well.
Mount Pleasant has been able to kind of assert their strength, assert their line dominance, and take control of the line of scrimmage here, especially late in this game.
Yeah, I'm trying to give these linemen little shout-outs because they don't get called a whole lot, and they're sure working their butts off down there on the line of scrimmage tonight. No doubt about it. Micah Hodison's in there right now at right guard. He's a senior. He's flashed on the defensive side of the ball, too. So these big guys, they're working, and it's warm out there tonight.
All right, 3rd and 8. Motion to the right, fake, and pitches back to McClure. Gets a seam, turns it up inside, and touchdown! Mount Pleasant.
There we go.
Kari McClure took the option pitch from Easterling and finds the seam and is able to push it in for what is going to be the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, Jakari just kind of willed himself to the end zone on that one, looking real good.
Sees a gap, plants his foot, and then just breaks a couple of tackles saying, I'm getting there, you're not stopping me.
Yeah, that was some willpower by Jakari, our senior.
So with 1:23 left in the game, Mount Pleasant is going to go for 2.
With JP at quarterback.
JP fakes the handoff, and Spring Hill's, the wind's kind of taken out of their sails. Doesn't really give him much of a defensive push. So they get the 2-point conversion. So with 1:23 left in the game, Mount Pleasant 34, Spring Hill 20. We'll be right back after this message. This is the Front Porch Sports Network.
Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Delicious food and amazing service at an affordable price. Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Located off of Nashville Highway in Neapolis, near Spring Hill High School. 2504 Care Lane. Authentic Mexican cuisine. Full menu. Family dine-in. Takeout. Delivery. Offering the best cocktails in the area. On the rocks or frozen, pair your meal with our famous margarita. Don't forget, Mezcal Cochina Mexicana for your next meal. Check us out on Facebook. Visit Mezcal Cochina Mexicana today. Proud supporters of the Front Porch Sports Network.
And we are back here at Mount Pleasant, where the Tigers have just taken control, finally put the nail, I think, in the coffin in this game, taking a 14-point lead over Spring Hill here late in the 4th quarter.
Sure doesn't feel like a 14-point game, does it? I mean, this has been a stressful one, y'all.
Much closer game, but the defense stepped up, got the turnover on downs down at the 30-yard line, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. McClure with a 13-yard run.
It's been hard fought by both sides tonight. I mean, no, that's, I mean, everyone says that, but these two teams, I mean, they've really gone at it tonight.
And kick to the left side, goes down to about the 25-yard line, bounces down there. They take it up to the left sideline and gets a decent return back up to about the 36-yard line.
Spring Hill's still hitting out there. They're still hitting.
Where number 23, Braden Parrish, pushes him out of bounds.
Sophomore.
So Spring Hill takes over at their own 36-yard line with 1 minute 17 seconds left in the game. They're down 14 points, 34-20. They're going to have to put the ball in the air if they're going to have a prayer of a chance. Mount Pleasant knows it. They got 3 defensive backs sitting back about 15 yards.
Yeah, watch Carter
deep.
Dunn here. Watch Carter Dunn.
And almost picked off
by Nazir Carter, sophomore.
Nazir almost picked that off, but they get it. They get about an 8-yard gain. Mount Pleasant's not too worried about 8-yard gains that stay in the middle of the field. It is now 1 minute and counting.
They're going to say something to Nazir about letting that ball go through his hands, though.
Low snap, and throws it out here to the wing to a wide open receiver. Had a busted coverage right there. Wide open receiver gets the first down.
He's feeling it.
And I think he fell on the football and probably knocked the wind out of him.
Yeah.
He did a good job jumping up for the ball, but as he turned over, he brought the ball underneath him.
It's a hot night, and they've been playing hard. I mean, these guys are exhausted.
I think he landed on the ball, and he knocked the wind out of him. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. He knocked the wind out of himself.
Yeah,
they're trying to open up his lungs a little bit.
Yeah, and you know, this humidity. And
it's tough out there.
Yeah.
But, again, the defense doing a really good job turning the momentum, the sudden change, creating the sudden change, and finally the offense getting untracked here in the 4th quarter and able to push the ball across.
Yeah, let me give you a shout out because you kind of called it in the first half. You said they might be trying to wear them down with these runs, you know, between the tackles and little buck sweeps on the edge pop passes, and that's what they did. And I think you've seen it pay dividends here in the second half.
So now They're still working on the Spring Hill player over on the Spring Hill sideline right now. Trying to make sure he's okay. It's number 14, Will Bailey. Made a good catch, just landed
awkwardly. Yeah.
Landed awkwardly on the football, so that kind of knocked the wind out of him. Trips to the right, running back to the right. Isaac drops back, rolls to the right, looking for receiver, throws it back inside, and it's knocked away. Good hit after, as soon as he touched the ball.
Lineman in coverage there, Michael Hollister.
Hollister hits him, knocks the ball out of his grasp, and the ball falls incomplete.
Good coverage.
So it's going to be 2nd and 10 with 34 seconds left in the game. Big things, you just don't want them, don't let them have a big play.
Yeah.
Let them have the yards, but don't let them have the big play right here. Twins both sides, pistol formation. Isaac's been kind of beat up tonight at quarterback. Straight drop back, throws a quick pass, and gets the completion for about a 9-yard gain.
Avery Johnson.
Johnson makes the tackle, keeps him inside. It's not a first down, so the clock is not going to stop. There's 17 seconds left and counting. Spring Hill lines up quickly in a bunch set to the right and throws a quick pass into the middle, incomplete, and that stops the clock with 8 seconds left and creates a 4th down. Creates 4th and 1.
Spring Hill's not letting up. They're trying to end on a high note.
They're going to try to score.
This is it.
It's the last play, and Mount Pleasant has survived this one. And I really say that in that regard, survived it.
You're very accurate on that, too. Very accurate. Great crowd tonight.
Pass inside.
He's fighting.
Tackled and gets down to about the 25-yard line, and that will end the ball game with the final score in this game of the week. Mount Pleasant Tigers 34, the Spring Hill Raiders 20. We'll be right back for a recap and
a player of the game.
Recap and a player of the game after these messages.
Hi, I'm Chris Chumley, owner of Expert Landscaping, LLC. Located in beautiful Columbia, Tennessee, Expert Landscaping specializes in consulting and design for all your outdoor needs, as well as installations for landscaping, pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, irrigation, and lighting. Call us today at 931-374-1772. Expert Landscaping, where quality work is an investment in the future.
And we are back here. The score has gone final now. Mount Pleasant 34, Spring Hill 20 in a hard-fought physical ball game. Spring Hill, true to fashion, did not give up even to the last play when they knew that they were out of the game, and it was but a good job by the Mount Pleasant defense to give the offense a chance to take control of the game, which they finally did in the 4th quarter. I think, like you said, they just wore down the Spring Hill defense after a while. And you see a lot of those Spring Hill players now just kind of limping over the sideline.
That was not an easy game for anybody.
No.
That was a knockdown, drag-out fight. And, both teams played fairly well. And I'm glad the Mount Pleasant Tigers came out on top. 34 points, that's something to be proud of. And a heck of a game here on a beautiful we had a heck of a turnout here in Mount Pleasant tonight, too. You probably felt it. The camera was shaking at times. I mean, what a Friday night for football here in Mount Pleasant.
A warm night, but a beautiful night at that. So, our player of the game, Seth, I think it's kind of consensus here. Jakari McClure with 3 touchdowns on the night. Unfortunately, we don't have his yardage, but I'm sure it's over 100 yards gained tonight. Helped the offense take control of the line, of the game, and helped them take advantage of those turnovers, and just did a really good job leading the charge for the offense tonight. different kind of charge. You know, last week they threw the ball a lot. This week it was more of a running game. And we'll see now that he's kind of established both ways, he's given our opponent next week, Waverly, some things to think about, whether they're going to throw the ball or they're going to run the ball. They've been able to do effectively.
The options are wide open, and Jakari had a good game. It wasn't always there for him, so he showed some toughness and some grit to just keep on chugging when it wasn't there, keep his head held high, and just keep running. And it sprung him a few times. I mean, we just had good tough players all around. Plunkett with some good runs. Jakari's younger brother, Jalen McClure, with some plays.
A couple of big plays there.
And John Michael Wright.
But that was set up, set up by Jakari's runs and the defense having to overplay on him. So
and those big guys up front. Those big guys. Let's not forget the big guys up front.
Next week, we go to Waverly for the game there. It'd be 7 o'clock next Friday night. We'll be live streaming that on these networks, on Facebook, X, Twitter, Twitch, again, whatever else.
Join us. Tell a friend.
Or on the website, frontporchradiotn.com, and click the videos tab, and you'll be able to see that game and the replay of this game here shortly tonight. So a good night, Seth.
Hey,
and
it was a blast, wasn't it?
Enjoyed it. Again, Mount Pleasant comes out on top, 34-20 over Spring Hill. And this has been the Front Porch Sports Network and the WKOM 101.7 Game of the Week. So long, everybody. We'll see you next week.